Arrendor is on the brink of upheaval. For centuries, the clan struggled against giants until 400 years ago, when dragons crossed the Great Sea, forcing them to unite and build the 10 Bastions. As the threat faded, the clans fractured into the 10 Kingdoms, and all but the last Bastion were abandoned. As ancient calamities stir and darkness rises in the east, my 4 champions must rise up to unite the kingdoms, restore the Bastions, uncover their secrets, and stand against this darkness as a declaration of war.
Calagon Dör. I will discover the secrets of my lineage and cement my legacy as one of the greatest adventurers of all time.
Cleave still in here. The migration of the dragons forced the migration of peoples and beasts, which brings death. We're all invasive species now. I won't let us become extinct ones.
The name's Rodrick Elwood, the voice of this generation, and the greatest performer in lore. Oh, and you should see me with a bow.
And I, Arlyn Dursalai, searching for my father's sword Trident, to bring justice to these lands. Together, we are the 4 Horsemen.
And this is Divine Inspiration. Welcome.
Level 2, yeah.
Guess we gotta increase the challenge rating here. That's it.
Tristan for letting us be level 2 now. I'm so proud. Continue. Make another noise. All right, start over.
All right, well, I guess that was the session. Good job, guys. Everybody did their part. Welcome back. Very good, very good. Feel famous now, guys. Well done, thank you.
They said they were angry.
Oh man, well, it's such an honor, such a blessing to have you guys joining along with us once more as we tell stories of legend by Divine Inspiration. So gather around and get cozy as we retell a little bit of what happened last week when, having been separated by Coltran, an orcish leader of some sort, and his clan, Rodrick alone was left out in the wilderness, in the desert sands. And now, having earned, in my mind at least, the title of the unstoppable Rodrick Elwood, David proceeded to roll nothing but succeeding rolls, continuous, just 15, 20, 19, 21.
I heard even the fail was actually a success. It worked to his benefit.
Every single thing was to his benefit. It was unheard of. As he slowly navigated his way around giant scorpions, giant spiders, packs of wild animals, an entire dragon, and of course the orc party themselves, a series of goblin caravans that were guarding this city, and then eventually an entire city of goblins, hobgoblins, and gnolls and things of the like. After which he was able to meet up with his friends, who had been taken to be fighters in a coliseum within this goblin city. As one person awoke, for one after the next, starting first with Cleave, getting to speak with a fellow orc, and getting to hear the back end of a conversation that orc had with the previous captor, Coltran. Cleave was given some amount of insight, along with the other two, being able to follow the threads of these conversations to start to understand better where they were and what the purpose was for them being imprisoned. Luckily, it didn't stop there, as the history spread quite quickly once they found the man that they'd been searching for. The archaeologist, the man named Jean Canito, who had also been imprisoned there, hence why Coltran seemingly brought them here directly. And so, now, with Rodrick having deceived multiple different hobgoblins and disguised himself as a goblin, he was able to work his way inside, free his allies along with Jean Canito and watch as Cleave now ordered a fellow orc, Nindal, to start handing potions out to the rest of the captives, with the exception of one man and his Bloodhawk. As the rest were freed and started to slowly scurry to hide behind the free party in their miniaturized states, two such characters seemingly didn't get along so well. And we left off with the Hobgoblin escorting Rodrick, catching Nindal as he instead turned to see Bjelnik and an unnamed woman for the time being, ferociously fighting, now only about 6 inches tall. And with that, I will go ahead and allow one generalized round of actions before stating whether or not we will enter any form of official initiative. With that, is there anything that any single one of you guys would like to do?
I've had my idea for a week. I already told them what it was. I would like to try to convince one more potion out of our guy. What's his name again?
Nindal.
Out of Nindal. But he only has giant ones left, I believe.
Yep.
I would like to try to convince him to give me one more, and I want to roll it towards the fighting tiny people.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, just roll it.
Make one general persuasion check.
I can do that.
And this will apply both to Nindal giving up the potion and them taking it.
I like it.
Both
I
at
like it.
separate DCs, but I'll take the same roll for both.
Let's go.
So let's see how good it is.
10.
10. Okay. Nindal, seemingly having watched as you became a squirrel in front of his eyes, is a little bit shocked at your appearance, but he seems to be going along with what your plan seems to be at the current moment. And you watch as this smaller Nindal now pulls out from beside him one last potion and just kind of tosses it over their direction as he just kind of looks this hobgoblin in the eye many feet above him now, and he just puts his hands up. And as he does so, you watch as the other two completely ignore the
it. There it
potion
goes, yeah.
thrown their way. Anything else?
I would like to. You said they're tiny,
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
like
for
to
sure.
run up to them and try to hold them both up, like Night at the Museum style, you know, with the.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
make an attack.
Okay.
Make an attack.
An attack?
Yeah.
Not like a grapple.
That's how it works.
It would be a
Okay.
grapple, yeah.
Jeez, just make it sound so aggressive. Yeah, we'll do an 8 there.
An 8. Unfortunately, that meets neither,
And then things
as these two are tiny, but surprisingly fast still. And you take it that they were held here for good reason, having heard now that you guys apparently skipped multiple rounds of combat to get to this tier, where these now experienced fighters are being held. These two, as you kind of go down to scoop them both up, both seemingly just jump off of your hands, using them as platforms to try to get stronger strikes on the other. You see as the male Bjelnik now jumps up into the air and reaches for the woman's hair, as she instead dodges last second, just kicking him in the chest, and you see as they both just drop to both sides of your hands.
Okay. I tried.
It was a worthy attempt.
I mean, for me, I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know them. For all I know, this was happening before I got here. So I don't really care. They
Fantastic.
could kill each other if they
Frankly,
wanted to.
Arlyn's like, are we going to continue leaving?
You're not worried about them being loud, or?
They can do whatever they want.
Okay.
We need to get out of here.
I shrug and I just
We
like...
have what we need.
I point to the potion to you, just like...
I pick up the potion and I put it inside of my garment.
Fantastic.
I'm going to look to Calagon and I'm going to kind of hurry him along and say, get on with it!
Okay.
All right. The hobgoblin now is probably going to look your way, Rodrick, as he's in a panic all of a sudden. Can't let them all out. Grab them quick! And you watch as he's now chasing, I would say probably honestly Nindal first, being that he is the closest to him.
Can I cast Friends on Hobgoblin?
Is that Hobgoblin the one that was there already?
Yes, he is currently charmed by you.
Okay.
But they're still captives. So, to the best of his knowledge, you are his ally. They are not.
Oh, so
Them
he's
or
already
the
pretty
two
much
ones
doing
fighting?
Friends.
Basically, any of the ones that you've not pointed out. So that includes the orc, that includes the two fighting, that includes the one that's still imprisoned.
So
and
everybody
it includes
minus the 4
Felgren.
horsemen and
the archaeologist, yeah.
Gene,
I don't care.
exactly.
Yeah, I
We
take
need
that
these
back. I
guys.
forgot he's already pretty much doing what
The
I was gonna
reality
do.
is I don't know
He's
what Cleave
escorting
went and
us.
did.
Yeah,
that's
correct.
fine.
He's
Yeah.
escorting us.
I
out.
actually think
I'm not
that
even mad. They
Cleave
deserve
is.
this.
I actually think Cleave is the archaeologist from what I think Arlyn pointed out, or no, I think Calagon
was
pointed it
Calagon.
out.
Yeah.
So I'm under the impression that Cleave is somehow dressed up as the
I hate
archaeologist.
that even more.
He hates that even more. He would never know. To you,
they've
to
doubled
him,
down on
you're a
me, on me
squirrel.
being Gene Canito. That's what's happening.
You are
so
Gene
good.
Canito. It's fate. It's fate.
Fantastic. All right. Yeah, then this hobgoblin is going to proceed to just start chasing Nindal the orc around and trying his best to capture him throughout this time.
At this point, I'm gonna tell them, and I'm gonna say, "Let's go."
Okay.
So while he's distracted, I'd like to get out the same way that we came.
Okay. As you guys start to walk off, he's immediately just like, "Help! Quick! Grab him!"
I'm gonna look down, and are they actively fighting?
The two are definitely fighting over here with Bielnik and the woman. And then the hobgoblin is just still trying his best to wrangle Nindal down there, but this
I'm
orc is
gonna kick the two
good.
little ones.
incredible. Okay, yeah, make an attack.
Like
So
one
just
kick hit
unarmed
both
strike?
at the same time?
Yeah, they're
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
16.
You can break both.
16.
Of course it's 16.
Okay.
Amazing.
So yeah, you
have
guys
no notes.
watch as he just kind of walks over and just one at a time just starts knocking both of them. And they seem angry, but you can tell that primarily the woman now starts to turn her focus, as instead you seem to have clearly upset her. And as you see this tiny 6-inch woman just kind of look up to you, you just hear this light shouting and you hear,
I'm gonna stomp on her.
and as you reach your foot up one more time, you watch as she starts to grow, looking you dead in
Oh,
the
that's not
eyes.
I'm gonna look at her. I'm gonna say stop, and cast command.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop growing or stop
Well,
fighting?
she can't
Stop fighting.
stop growing, but she can stop fighting.
Well, I don't. Is she?
I imagine that's a save on my part.
That is a save on your part.
And I
yes.
imagine a nat 20 is
Oh,
gonna handle
you're
that pretty
outta
easily.
here.
As you now see, Rodrick starts lifting his leg to
Get
go step on
out.
her, and she starts growing to match it. And before you're able to just like drop your foot onto her, instead you feel that your leg stops exactly where it was, and you can see these hands reach up, and the
Oh, no.
fingers start to wrap around your foot as they continue to grow. And as it continues on, you notice it stops at about 1 foot tall instead.
Is she a halfling?
I'm gonna run up on Calagon like,
Is she a halfling?
She is not.
No, but
She
it's
has
just
simply doubled
pick
her
up.
size while being 6
one
inches
foot?
tall.
Oh, I see.
But with that,
You
I
want me to
would in
try
fact
and
like
make
everyone to
point
go ahead and roll
to the three
initiative.
people
Oh,
chained to the wall.
man.
So, yeah, Cleave ran up to me, gave me an idea. I'm gonna try to go pick them up again.
Okay.
At a foot tall now,
I
both
think
of
we're
them.
rolling.
I am digging it, but
Yeah,
yeah,
we
go ahead and
rolled
roll initiative, and
Okay.
we'll see.
Oh, my bad.
We'll see who's going when.
My initiative is
course.
10.
Mine is 12.
It's forever bad.
Mine is 14.
10, 12, 14, forever bad.
4 is my 4 ever bad.
4.
Okay. All right. You said 4?
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
Yikes.
Wait,
Oh.
unless a squirrel has a higher dexterity. How high is a squirrel's
Oh, it
dex?
has to, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
can you
We
have
had a great
the stat
dexterous-
block for that?
Let me find out. No, I don't have it right now.
I was saying, because that
I'm
definitely
sure
would make
it's higher
sense.
because I've never been able to catch a squirrel in my life, and I've
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah, those things are tough. Yeah, I think we all have.
But it'll probably at best be like, that'll make it like a 5 or 6.
Okay. Not ideal, but not the worst thing in the world.
Kind of a slow squirrel, but it's fine.
All right.
These stat block squirrel pictures are beautiful.
I didn't hear
So
you say
cute.
roll
Cool.
initiative, so
Arlyn, you're first up, followed by Calagon.
let's go.
So you do still get to move pretty quickly.
They have great decks.
Wow.
I am going to. God, we were almost out of here. I'm literally almost close to the door.
We're close. We're still close. Isn't
me
the door
see.
the other way where we're going? Or?
5, 10, 15,
Right?
20, 25.
You're
I think it's a
you're
rat
on the
stat
other
box.
side.
It
We need to
feels
go
like it's
30.
bottom right, by the
Do
way.
we really?
Yeah, that's where we leave. Right?
I thought we came in from the left.
We came in from the left.
Oh.
No. We came in from.
Got it. You
Rod-
came
yes.
in from the right.
Yes.
Yeah, from this side down here.
Yep.
Everything we own is
I
on a
should've
box
been
to the
around.
right.
I can do nothing,
Never mind.
because
Rats
I did
stat
not
block is
reach,
Super whack.
unfortunately. So,
Hey, what'd you
Yeah.
say?
so I'm just gonna stand right there and look
Fantastic.
intimidating.
Okay,
look
then Calagon, you're up.
Again, I'm not trying to fight, so I'm gonna try to grab these 1 inch, but there's 2 of them, so I can't grab both of them at the same time, I guess. But they are 1 inch tall, so maybe
I would say, yeah, because they're so small, I would definitely say you could use your action and bonus action to attempt.
Okay. So do I need to roll twice or once for both of them?
One for each.
One
so
for each.
if you're using your action and your bonus action, then yeah, it'd be 1 for each.
Okay. 8.
Okay.
5.
That's rough, buddy.
Unfortunately, Calagon has been missing his staff, and without it, he seems to be suffering just a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Rodrick, what you got?
So
I
upsetting.
am going to
Twice.
kick the girl. She's holding onto my foot, dude.
Yeah, but because you kicked her.
No, I'm gonna send her flying more. Because now it's
Keep
like
kicking her.
Do it,
there's something icky
I
about
have no
something
notes for
growing
David.
6 inches, holding onto your. It's like a cockroach.
Yeah, that'd be kind of freaky.
So I'm definitely gonna swing. I mean, she's
Okay.
lucky I'm not doing anything else. I'm just kicking.
Cool. Yeah, for sure.
So
Can you make a sound effect
18?
while you kick?
18. Okay. Yeah, that hits.
Sound of what?
Just no, him just like.
get off me, you ugly mug.
Picturing like the Karate Kid kick with the one leg up already. Full jump.
So, am I so weak that I have 0 bludgeoning? I literally cannot damage anybody.
You would still be 1 at the bare minimum. It
Okay.
would still be 1.
It literally says 0.
That's incredible. No,
Yeah,
rules.
I just
Yo, there
found out
must
that
be
rules is written.
negatives.
It can be. It can
It
be
must
0,
be
but,
negative
yeah.
for him.
but it should be 1. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's 1. Don't worry about that. All right. So
You tickled him.
I literally
She
just
will
found
have
out
now-
last week that you can.
I'll
have
say
0.
taken
funny.
2 total points of damage given the previous. And Bielnik now has taken 1, as they both are fairly angry. But you can see now that as you're kind of holding her in place with your foot, and you just kind of give it a quick hop and kick, she now like blocks it with her forearms. And as she's looking back up, she's gonna attempt to swing at you, while Bielnik instead is swinging from the other side. Rodrick does a 17 hit.
It does.
Fantastic. Okay.
Hope
Get
that
beat up
doesn't
by
knock your
these 2
disguise.
little guys.
I hope that doesn't knock your disguise.
No, because my disguise isn't concentration.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's
But
not
does
concentration.
it say?
Actually, maybe I should
Unless you
ask
get
this for
attacked?
next time. But can bards
No, she'll just
punch
be
with
able
dexterity,
to.
or is that just a monk thing?
She'll be able to know.
I don't believe
Yeah,
they
she'll
can.
know that it's a disguise. If she touches me.
Okay. Alright. So it's going to be a total of 4 points of bludgeoning damage coming your way,
Kind of a lot.
which is still a surprising amount, but very greatly reduced for her size. As unfortunately, Bjelnik, taking advantage of this, still does not seem to hit her. Trying his darndest as he cannot best this woman who is mid-fight with both you and him in this moment.
I'm starting to think this girl is the more evil one here. Maybe Bjelnik's not too bad, you know?
Nindal is now going to shout out your way.
I mean, she was
Do I-
psycho.
do I hit
don't
him?
know who,
What should I
let
do?
her out.
As he's now like swatting this hobgoblin away from him and just doing his best to like dive out of the way every time he gets close. He's now looking for guidance of, okay, are we fighting or are we not fighting?
Run!
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll just be like,
Run!
Incredible. Okay.
Cleave.
That will elicit an attack of opportunity by the hobgoblin.
Oh, man.
As he's gonna try his best to sprint on out of here. And in that moment, for the first time, despite multiple attempts, only now does the hobgoblin reach down and snatch him up as he holds him high into the air, and he starts lifting him higher and higher, and you just hear the light like hobgoblin cackle as he now is like showing that like more deranged side. And you can see now as he's lifting him into the air with his eyes now trained on the floor, as though he's about to just smash this orc into the ground. Cleave, you're up, bud.
Project Featherfall.
I would like to.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That's actually awesome.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal
That's a
concept.
really cool.
I don't know if that's
That
a
was
thing you can do.
crazy.
Is that a thing? I don't
That's
know.
actually so dope. I would like
That
to.
was great
run-
thinking. Hold on.
But does it? Hold on. But
I don't
does it
wanna
go
discount that.
against an external force, not just gravity?
Gravity is an external force.
Well, yes, correct. But they're being pushed
wait.
by another
Support.
being.
At the
You
end of the
know?
day,
But after they
have you
release,
ever thrown a
featherfall.
feather?
Just like, yeah, throw a feather, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really go
It does
very
nothing.
far.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
It does
to
nothing.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
That was a beautiful concept. You just
Are you actually feather
Was he on
throwing
his
it?
way out the door?
I can't. I was just talking out loud.
still a good thought to throw out to the group for everybody. That was pretty incredible.
The problem
Sorry,
is I don't
yeah.
know anybody, so I'm not.
Yeah.
I
he
have
doesn't know
no
anyone.
inclination
Oh,
to help.
Cleave just
I have no
Squirrel.
inclination to help him either. I don't really know him. Cleave's the
I
one that
could
was
not
talking to
care
him the whole
less.
time and has the whole like.
No, like it's not even like I don't care.
Wait,
they're just.
He doesn't know. They're
They
just
seem to have
psychos to him.
escaped
Yeah, true.
while we're trying to get out.
What you got, Joel?
These placements are all where we are. Like we're all just stayed in the center of the room.
Yeah,
Largely, yeah.
Pretty much. It's kind of crazy in here.
Yeah. It's like a mosh pit.
Mosh pit.
Oh yeah, this guy actually would have ducked out this way. Sorry. The old gentleman has in fact already started to move without the rest of you.
Boy. Yeah, I'm just gonna run up this hobgoblin's like pant leg, and then just climb his clothes up until I get like at his hand. I'm just gonna bite his hand, try to disarm him.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attack.
We need a good roll. We need a good roll. What do we got?
That
Natural
one.
Oh my gosh.
No.
I roll no other way. Only on the stream. It's not always true. For
That's
some
what
reason
our
here,
stream should be
I
called.
can't.
Natural one.
So
Hey guys, welcome back to
Why does
Natural
this
One.
always happen?
I will say, by all accounts, you would technically be flanking him.
Let's freaking go. I need
Because
that.
you've got Calagon just
Hell.
above him, Arlyn just beside him, and Nindal literally in
Okay,
his
good,
hand.
Good. I need this. All right, that's a little better. This is for just a regular attack.
Just a squirrel attack.
Squirrel attack. My squirrel attack will be. I'm using the rat stat block. I think that's a more like official thing here. Let's see, by here. +0 to hit. Let's go. A 12.
Fantastic. You guys are now seeing full chaos as this squirrel just suddenly just quickly climbing the hobgoblin with relative ease, but as you do so, you can see that like typically hobgoblins wouldn't strike you as getting the ick, but in this moment, as he feels this small little fuzzy creature just climbing up, you see as he almost like instinctively just like and he just kind of like shakes his arm off, and you just kind of hop off to the ground instead.
Question.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If he was charmed by me and Cleave attacked him, he would be uncharmed by me.
Yes.
If he hit damage.
Now the
right?
question is, how does this apply to group members that I don't know are my actual group members?
Oh yeah, I'm just a squirrel. He doesn't know anything about that.
Ha. It sounds like DM discretion right
I'm
here.
just here.
I was gonna say, yeah,
If anything, I seem aligned with that guy.
I would. Can you give us the actual read?
I'll read the whole thing. You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range and must make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you.
I don't feel like he
So
knows
here's
I'm
another
I'm a
thing.
companion.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's a good
correct.
point.
Here's another thing.
I also
is
charmed him while I was alone, so does
I
he was
also-
alone,
also didn't
and he
intend to
doesn't
deal
know
damage.
the squirrel is his companion.
I was also
Yep.
just trying to disarm. I don't know if you put damage, but that wasn't
yeah, but
the intent. I
anything
just wanted to
harmful
disarm.
to it.
I
Like if
guess,
I was walking
yeah.
outside and a squirrel, I've had squirrels throw acorns at my head in my backyard, and like
Okay.
I want to fight them.
weird.
Based on the
You moved
quick
into their
Google
neighborhood. Just saying.
dictionary definition that I've pulled up, the very first thing that I see, companion, noun, a person or animal with whom one spends a lot of time with, or with whom one travels. It has no bearing whether or not you are
But he's
closely
not
associated.
perceived
But does he
as,
know?
does he know
Yeah,
I'm a
he's not
companion?
perceived as my companion.
It has no tell as to perception. It is simply that you spend a lot of time with or travel with.
I know. I am his
So
companion.
are you saying
I
the
am.
spell knows
But
even though he doesn't?
know. Yeah.
That's the question: is
Correct.
whether or not the
How-
spell
would
knows, or
he be
Wherever
dis-
the power comes
disenchanted?
from, does that have the awareness
Yes.
to know?
Does the spell
even
know,
though
or does
he
the
doesn't
person
know?
that is
We're
charmed
making a case.
know?
We're trying, guys.
Rodrick, go ahead and make a
He's gonna pass
persuasion check to persuade me.
Yeah.
DC 15.
I was gonna say.
it. Will a 32 pass? No, I'm just kidding.
okay, persuasion at advantage.
That's advantage.
Straight DC 15 persuasion check.
15.
Is it really? What's
Whoa,
that? What
you meet it,
what
you
is it
beat
on a
it.
die? What is your
You
thing?
meet it, you beat
No
it.
way, actually.
You meet it, you beat it. Let's go.
Seems like you're good to go.
I never had any doubts. I knew you
All
had
I
that.
needed is
This guy is unstoppable. I said it at the start. I'll say it again.
That is crazy.
Oh man.
He is the
Pulling a
strongest.
God is
And
on
you
his
spent
side.
DC 15 as the dice was in the air.
It's like, all right, well, too easy.
Just
All right.
dragging our limp bodies through this interaction.
For real. Okay, Arlyn,
beat
back
it.
up top with you, followed by Calagon.
Oh wait, also I want to get out of his face.
Certainly
I
fair.
want to leave.
He is more focused on the other one, so he does not. He also hasn't gotten a second opportunity attack.
See, this is the issue: is I can't
You go ahead and
even
move freely.
tell Cleave as a squirrel to not touch the hobgoblin because I don't know who the squirrel is. It's just a random animal in the dungeon.
It's just a squirrel.
Yeah.
I will say, Joel, I'm going to pull you up just a little bit, just because you did have to go to him and then climb specifically as
Calagon.
a squirrel.
But squirrel has no climbs. That has a climb speed. It has to.
Oh, does it? Yeah, that makes sense. All right, yeah, you're good. Good call. Certainly
So,
fair.
I look at Rodrick and I say, "So are we gonna fight?" I see you like trying to shake this woman off your foot.
I'd much prefer we run.
Let's get out of here.
Okay.
And I look around at Calagon, just waiting for confirmation here.
I'm just shaking my head, yeah, and I'm gonna start
I'm
looking.
gonna yell at the hobgoblin, seeing that now there's like turmoil and chaos around Calagon, and I'm gonna say, he mustn't get hurt. We must preserve his scales.
Okay. Now make a proper persuasion check in
All
character.
right.
17?
17.
18.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fantastic.
Trade dice. Take the.
He's good.
No, please don't.
Just send me the link of where you got those.
He's
things.
clearly panicked.
I don't even know. Somebody bought this for
Yeah,
me.
a witch gave it to you.
He's clearly panicked. Let me make an intelligence check on his part to see how well this is gonna go. Incredibly, in one way. In his greatest move to date, this hobgoblin looks around frantically, looks you dead in the eye as you say this. Right. Taking Nindal, you see as he takes about 5 paces, holding Nindal in his hand, and he just chucks him straight through the entry to the Colosseum's interior, where you now hear crowds erupt.
They see that?
Oh, snap.
How little is he? Come on. It's like a mouse out there.
He's very small, but he's still something that they've seen fight repeatedly at this point.
Come on.
And they were all waiting for the show to start. So, unfortunately, I also rolled for some of them earlier as far as their perception. It was originally to see Arlyn waiting in the doorway there. But
Nindal.
they have been waiting on edge,
We'll
unfortunately,
remember you
as now
forever,
Nindal
Nindal.
is thrown to the
Nindal.
wolves here. And the hobgoblin
Being 6 inches tall.
is going to turn to the rest of you lot, and he's just gonna say, "Can't be seen. Get him out quick! And tell the goblins to clean these two up."
Where the goblins are out here?
The goblins are in the next room over that you'd passed previously.
Okay, cool. I am going to start making my way pretty quickly down to the other
Oh wait,
room.
it was my turn though.
Oh, are we still in initiative?
Are we?
We're kind of breaking from that unless you'd like to do something pressing in that moment.
Okay, so then no, I just wanted to run.
Okay, yeah.
I
that's
just
what
wanted to
figured.
confirm that's what we were doing
Okay,
first.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I start moving out this way, I'm going to motion to everybody to follow me. And I'm going to... We came in through here, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to peek my head in to tell the goblins. And I'm going to say, "Prison break! Now!"
As you start to leave, I'm gonna start looking around. Cleave! Cleave, where are you? As I'm walking around just trying to find him before I leave. And do I find you? Do you come to me?
Oh boy. Do I?
Or do I leave you?
Just go.
Just go.
Cleave, wait,
You can't stay.
Why are you staying?
I gotta get that guy out.
After everything I went through last week,
You gotta get him out, man.
after everything I did,
We're endangered.
I'm going to attempt to grab
Oh
Cleave.
no. Oh
And
no.
try to refuse, like pick him up, and I don't want him to stay, even though
Yeah,
he's-
contested grapple check here for you
I got a
guys.
flat roll. I got nothing.
Wow.
Great. The one time I roll okay? Let's go. I got a 12.
wait, but roll as a squirrel.
That is flat, like, yeah, no.
3.
No bonuses.
So I try to get you, and you just hop around.
Squirrels don't have like a minus 15 to strength.
They're
it's dexterity,
acrobatics.
yeah,
They're
dexterity,
super
yeah.
agile.
Always gonna be like a +5.
Yeah. No, unfortunately,
I thought it would be a plus, but it's, well, for a rat anyway. It's
Cleave has quickly adapted to his new form. As a squirrel, you can see he just kind of climbs the wall real quick and just kind of does a quick hop and starts darting off
Yeah,
towards where you just saw the hobgoblin and orc.
And
I
I'm
imagine
gonna-
his squirrel
and I'm
has
gonna
that
follow
little
him.
patch of hair right here.
I'm
The
gonna
squirrel
try
has a
to
little
get
patch of
you.
hair with,
You're
like,
gonna run
little
away,
tusks.
and I'm gonna run
Yikes.
after you instead of going with Arlyn and Rodrick.
Okay.
Wrong way.
I will say, I
Not leaving Cleave.
would absolutely not have let that happen.
What do you
Well,
mean?
okay,
you were
but-
already going to talk to the
before you-
goblins.
No, there's no way. There's
No,
no way I
everything's
can.
happening at the same
There's
time.
no way I
You can't,
can.
like, yeah.
The way that I spoke to the hobgoblin and convince him of that, just let Calagon just stay behind.
Okay.
It would blow my cover completely.
That's certainly fair. That is certainly fair.
So
Before you're all the way there, I just want to try to gesture to you one more thing, just one final. I just want to be like, just point to the hobgoblin, tiny hobgoblin, and just tell you, just
Oh, to the orc, Nindal.
So, or sorry, it's a Nindal. I think that's a spell you have.
Huh?
No.
Do you have the ability? Okay.
No, not anymore. Not since I leveled up.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Amazing.
Oh.
Ah, the good and the bad.
Oh.
Okay.
But I can attempt to. I guess, I don't know.
David, go ahead and make a
Yikes.
perception check for me.
13.
13. Okay. You know what? Just complete random DC on this one, because I, for whatever reason, didn't even set a DC in my mind. Cool. All right. After a few paces, you're able to watch as Jean and Felgren kind of get out towards that main area that you would kind of push them towards. You can choose if you would like to usher them on forward continually, or if you want to just kind of keep them with you, but otherwise you are able to note, like, okay, you started taking off, and these guys wasted a little bit of time doing their thing, but you're able to make it back pretty quickly as well. So what would you
But
like
do
to
I
do in
notice
time?
that Calagon's not with me?
Yes.
Okay, I have to go back for Calagon.
Okay. All right. Arlyn, what are you up to?
I'm gonna hold ground right here.
Okay, cool. Then with that, we're going to follow up after that, back in initiative then with Calagon.
Well, you didn't go out yet? You're just at the door?
No, yeah, I won't. I won't commit. I won't go all the way out there. What do I see him? What's he up to out there?
He's frozen in place currently. You can
Sweet.
see that he seems to be playing it almost like he's dead at the moment, that he just kind of like limp-bodied just stopped, like a dead squirrel in the road.
All right, so
about that size.
All right.
seeing him, and I haven't seen you run back up on me yet, so seeing him look out there for him, I'm going to do the only thing I know to do. I'm going to use Prestidigitation.
Okay.
Well. Okay, no, that won't work.
You're sad right now. You didn't take minor illusion. Is that what's happening? I'm sorry. I convinced you.
I wish I had that freaking vial of smoke,
That
man.
would be great.
I definitely intentionally brought it back up, and unfortunately it was not grabbed.
Okay, so the whole.
Wait,
No,
did you really not grab it, Rodrick? The vial of smoke?
You have to do
no,
that.
it's out there in the desert forever until someone puts the top back on the vial.
Yeah, I didn't grab it.
Yeah.
It was.
So-
I thought it was gonna run out.
I'm gonna just.
It's been going on for hours.
No, but it does it until it runs out.
No, it never runs
It,
out.
does,
you know,
it
yeah,
doesn't
maybe
run
You
out.
may
Tristan
find
said it
out one
runs
day.
out.
You may find out
In
one
the
day.
description, it says until it's resealed.
If that's what it is. Yeah.
So,
Usually it's.
until it's
It's
resealed.
an ever-smoking bottle, probably.
It is an
Yeah.
ever-smoking bottle.
Yeah, the
until
cork's
it is
lost in the
resealed, yeah.
sand somewhere, I'm assuming, and now the vial's just so it's gonna be a forever storm. In the, anyways, so yeah, I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna just
Okay.
Cleave. Come on,
Maybe we can find it from
he
ahead.
did what he did, so we
Okay.
can get out of here. We gotta go. There's nothing we can do for him now. That's all I'm gonna do. On my turn.
Okay.
I guess I'll try
Following
to
that
grab him
is
again.
Rodrick. You're able to make your way back for sure. Yeah, I mean you're free to use your movement actions however you'd like.
I'm going to. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to say to Calagon,
Sorry.
"Move now,
Cleave.
or the pet dies."
That's Cleave. That's not the pet. He's trying to save the guy that got thrown out.
Barry.
What?
Is it Mary?
What about him?
I'm gonna turn around and start walking away.
Barry.
I'm gonna choose Cleave over Barry. I'm gonna choose Cleave over Barry as you walk away.
Oh no!
What a good friend.
Oh no!
Oh man, this is a tough one. This is tough. I know I'm making it tougher.
Yeah, you're
What
making
did
it
you
tough.
do,
Joel!
Yeah, Joel just really screwed us. I'm going to. Wow.
Wish I had minor illusion instead of prestidigitation.
I know.
Oh man.
While not saying anything particularly jovial or funny, I'm going to cast Hideous Laughter on Calagon.
Okay, so what do I have to roll?
You need to pass a DC 13 Wisdom.
14.
Yeah.
Okay, well then it does nothing.
We're all over the place. What's
This
the
is
hobgoblin up
getting
to?
wild.
My best roll was to contest
Well-
what you're doing. That's
That was a
crazy.
perfect question. As you can now see, it is their turn, and he's going to run over to the 3 half giants,
That's exactly what I needed to hear.
and he starts just shouting orders to them. Yeah, he's gonna actually kind of do like a hushed shout, where you can tell he's like, hard to make out the words unless you choose to really try to focus on that.
I just need him to be distracted. That's all I need.
But without fail, this small posse now starts making their move. As one after the next, you see these 2 little tiny warriors get grabbed up by these half giants, and they all walk their way to the doors. And the ones who had previously had the plaques, Kaidon and Captain Jones above their head, you see just scoop up these 2, and right with the other one, you watch as they kind of take aim and just full launch. Now sending Bjelnik and the woman out to the Colosseum with your orc ally, Nindal. Hobgoblin is terrified, and you can see that he's just kind of like looking at each person throughout the room and kind of trying to figure out what his next move is. In this time, the older gentleman has completely vanished from sight. Cleave, you're up.
I would like to nonchalantly, like just some rodent in the room. You know what I mean? Just walk right on out there, and just sniff at what appears to be this little dead body. Just like nudge it with my nose, and then just pick him up by the shirt and just start carrying him up a wall, like I'm gonna eat him.
Oh man.
Okay.
I am.
Joel, I would like for you to make a deception check
As he's
and a performance check.
as he's
Can I
doing
have
that,
advantage because he's pretending to be dead? He's helping
Absolutely
me.
not, because you should have disadvantage for having to deceive about 200 different creatures right now. You should have to do this
then
200
you can
times.
do a bunch of inside checks, but let me get advantage.
You want to do advantage on 200 separate rolls?
Here's the thing. They all have disadvantage from that distance. We're 6 inches tall, and they're 700 feet away.
That is true.
They might be
Flat roll.
distracted by the new fighting people as well.
Oh man.
as he's doing that, can I instruct the hobgoblin to seize Calagon?
You absolutely can do so.
Can I bring it up to a camera?
Nah.
No way. Uh-oh.
No, you can't. Oh, wait, yeah, maybe. No, it's a little
Natural
blurry.
20.
Natural 20.
That's crazy.
If I ever needed my luck to my bad luck to all store up and just release in
Okay.
one place.
Well,
Man.
It was a spirit bomb. We were just holding it just for a long time. Bad
You're
luck,
gonna
bad
get
luck,
us
bad
killed,
luck, bad luck.
guys. I love you, Joel, but you're gonna get us killed. I swear. It worked out this
This
time.
was such a
But-
beautiful plan gone so bad.
this
Hold on, it's coming back. It's
a
coming
sort
around.
of beautiful
Going
plan.
somewhere.
It is
All right.
absolutely not coming around.
Joel, you can now see what the walls of this stadium look like. As just kind of walking out here, you see now everything that's going on. I did unfortunately ask you to make 2 different checks, a deception check and a performance check.
Oh, and a performance check. Oh,
So
no.
go ahead and roll one more time for
All
me.
right. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Do it again. Do it again.
12 on performance.
Okay. Cool.
But I get advantage on that one because he's pretending to be dead with me.
Yeah, I'm about it.
Okay,
I'm about it.
okay,
That one makes sense.
Okay, come on.
12 was better.
Worth a shot as always. All right. Yeah, the nearest wall to this doorway, as you just kind of grab his body up and you start to climb, you can now see as there are these large kind of arched entryways.
Oh, I don't need to climb all the way up the wall. I would just be climbing a wall so that I can look more squirrelish. But
Okay.
I'll go like back through the doorway.
Okay. Cool. Just kind of vanishing through the door again.
Yeah.
Calagon, you get front row seats as now Barb and Bielnik, as you see on here, are just throwing hands in center stage. And you can hear the
It's worked out. That's
shouts
good.
now of people calling out their names excitedly. Let me see. Nah. Unfortunately, the orc has no part to play in it as he just continues to play dead. And you see your buddy Cleave in squirrel form just like start to kind of like walk in, slightly nibbling at this miniaturized orc as he just hurls him through the entryway with all of his tiny little squirrel might dragging him along.
Okay. Since the hobgoblin is now coming to detain me, does he see Cleave come in with the guy he threw out?
He is not actively coming to detain you.
Okay, good.
Despite whatever words may have been said.
Can I pick him up before
Make a
anything?
sleight of hand or stealth check.
sleight of hand or stealth? Let's see which one's better. I'm going to make a... They are the same.
Okay.
Come on.
It didn't work. It was 4.
Metagame question. Why do you care?
Because he helped us all, and because he's an orc, and we're a dying
He helped
breed.
you do what?
He didn't
it's
really
my-
help
my
us.
mission.
He
helped
gave
you
us
do what?
potions that ended up...
They-
Well,
like,
it
not
helped
doing-
us. But he went
outlaws.
along. He went along with the plan.
us.
I did everything.
Yes,
Yes, Rodrick
No,
did.
in fact, you did everything. But before you walked through the door, he agreed to give us all the potions.
And that's all it
was
takes for
He
you to be
agreed
that
to
loyal
help
to
us.
somebody?
Yeah.
We're
was
endangered.
nice.
My whole mission is to save endangered species, and it's my species.
That was a pretty good point. That was a pretty good
And he
point.
aligned himself with me.
For all the smack talk you had against this orc last session,
Right?
this is beautiful.
It was supposed to be motivational. I was trying to be like tough love coach.
Incredible.
I'm like I thought it would reach him.
So I
Rodrick,
don't
this
get him.
hobgoblin just hurriedly sprints up to your face and looking down at you, he now is more angry than anything. And he's just like, get them out now. And he pauses. We have to kill them all.
We can't. We must preserve the ones I chose.
You watch as he reaches his hand back now toward like the...
I also reach my hand
sheath.
back, but I pull out the bag of gems.
Okay.
You can see now fingers wrapped around the hilt of his blade. He kind of looks up at your eyes, down at the back. Witnesses. And you watch as he turns now to walk back towards that room from where you guys came. They can't see that we were here.
The other ones like me.
Yes.
Do your best.
Our best.
You asked me to join you.
Best friend.
I must restrain the Dragonborn.
He just kind of barks one last order. You three! Get the dragon! Bring him to us! he starts walking off.
So he told Arlyn, Felgran, and the archaeologist to go
No,
get
the
Calagon?
half giants.
The half giants.
Oh.
Did I hear them?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you'd have heard
I'll
this
go willingly.
this order. Okay, well,
Yeah.
making life easier.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I can't pick Cleave up, obviously. I've tried 4 times to pick people up so far, and he can't do anything.
Just
so.
stop rolling,
I'm
Nick.
just, I'm just whatever,
Whoa.
dead weight.
Now I'm going to be stuck in a fight against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goblins and 1 hobgoblin. And apparently something called a knoll.
Let's
Incredible.
go.
As now walking over with this hobgoblin, you can see that his blade is out, and he just kind of breathes for a moment. Haldak, my friend, come. Just kind of looks at you as you can see he just kind of pulls his blade high above his head. And he closes his eyes for a moment, just kind of waiting.
It doesn't have to be this way.
It does. As you see now, Haldak turning the corner with this hobgoblin just kind of pressed just behind you. What would you like to do as this other hobgoblin now turns the corner?
I would like to...
Do I have my weapons?
Yeah. Well, you have your primary sword and
Just
shield.
my sword
That's
and
it.
shield. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna let him strike. But I'm going to, as he comes near the corner, I'm gonna surprise him with a surprise grapple to hold him in place. Just so I can show my allegiance to his cause. I can't believe I'm doing this. Thank you.
Oh, you're holding the other goblin down, you're saying?
Yes.
No.
Now we're killing his familiars.
Yep.
Wait. You're holding Haldak or you're holding...
I'm gonna hold Haldak.
Haldak, yeah.
Okay.
That is exactly what I wanted to see. As you see now, the hobgoblin kind of listening in, opens his eyes just at the last moment as he hears the other coming close and jumping forward now and holding him low. You see as Haldak kind of turns a corner shocked, and it's the last expression you ever see on his face. As his once friend now strikes him down, you see as Haldak just drops to the floor. There are more. And he just steps out. Quick! Prison break! Get them! And you see as these other goblins now start flooding in. Most of them none the wiser, as they all start just funneling one after the next. 2 of them, however, take pause as they see him prep. And you can see that as these goblins start to pass, 2 of them first get a glimpse into the room as one of them is rounding the corner and the other one still in the room. This hobgoblin waits until the last of those 4 passes, and you can see as he, with one more strike, lifts with one hand, and then like a lumberjack swinging down with an axe, grabs the edge of the hilt at the last second and pulls it down onto the other goblin. Yeah, doing very well. While this is all going on, Cleave, what are you up to, bud?
What's happening over this? So you got the guy that was on your side killed, right? Just a
No,
follow-
he's
no,
still
no, no.
alive.
Him and
one-
the guy on his side are attacking everybody in that room.
Okay.
They're gonna try to kill the
So you didn't
goblins.
hold Haldeck. Wait, Haldeck is who?
Haldeck is
Is
the
Haldeck-
one that he was using to imprison and use as a scapegoat. But
What's the name of the guy that works with us?
he never gave his name. He
Oh, okay.
specifically made sure to never give his name.
Okay. Understood. Okay.
Hold
Well,
that.
then in my case, while everybody else is move that. While everybody else is just over there, I'm finally gonna just let this guy down and just be like, no, just be like, and I'm gonna slap on the back of his head with my little squirrel hand, just like, and then I want to try to sneak.
Okay.
I wanna
Yeah.
start-
Roll stealth as a squirrel, and I will also go for his. Also not bad.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Finally.
For
All
the
right,
guy who
17
was
for me.
talking about how orcs aren't stealthy, he's a surprisingly stealthy orc apparently.
Nice.
That worked out very well.
I know. I just want to start working our way back into my friends' pockets.
Cool.
I might not
Alright.
let you know.
It's gonna be a little bit tricky as you guys have to like kind of stealth
sneak
mission
around
this.
and-
As you
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of stop at a corner, you
I'm with
see
it.
now the 3 half giants just kind of pulling Calagon into that corridor where the rest are. Yikes.
Ooh, that's a tight hallway right there.
It is a very tight hallway. As the hobgoblin just starts swinging down on goblins one after the next. You see
man.
as immediately the one in the back drops. There are, however, now 3 separate goblins in this hallway. And they are ready to attack, unfortunately. Wow. Okay. So, as they now see the body of their previous ally on the floor, the hobgoblin known as Haldeck, they see first Felgren and Jean in this hall. And
no.
yeah, they're gonna attack.
Run, Gene.
No way, not Gene.
Run, Gene, run.
And
I'm gonna cast Bless.
unfortunately,
Before anything happens.
they were held, and unfortunately, that's not a reaction, is it? That's I
It's
believe
not
that's
a
just like an
reaction.
action, right?
It's an action. Yes.
Okay, so unfortunately, then they are gonna go first, as you see these goblins just appear in the doorway and immediately just take to action, doing exactly as they were told. That's going to be 1 for each of them, 1 at Jean and 1 at Felgren. As Jean immediately, you see, just takes this like almost it almost looks like a massive dagger in this goblin's hands, as this creature just jumps up and it just like legs into his torso, just stabs into Jean's shoulder, and you can see as it's like trying to like pull down very viciously and just start like tearing away at him. And you can see as Jean just like drops to the floor for a moment, and you can see he's clearly immediately not looking too hot.
David is sitting out.
This is what I always wanted.
Way.
As the other does very similar to Felgren, who takes it much better, but definitely takes a stab to the leg.
Kill Canito, kill Canito,
No!
kill Canito, kill Canito.
He has information about our prophecy.
Just getting him out of this might help us get to level 3.
Kill
Arlyn, you're up.
Canito, kill Canito.
Oh, I'm not gonna let this happen easily. Is there any way I can like
Miss Rumgar.
walk over people or push someone out of the way?
You can definitely aim to do so. Allies will most likely let you through on average.
Okay. I'm going to walk right here. Can I do that? Can I push Felgren out of the way?
Felgren will allow it. Felgren will
Okay.
allow it. Okay.
I'm not gonna waste that on this. Okay.
Do it.
I am going to swing my sword.
Easy enough.
Okay,
Alrighty.
here we go. 17.
17 hits.
And I am also going to Divine Smite
Cool.
after seeing what just went down.
Yep.
So that will be a 3d8, I believe.
Okay.
16.
16. For the first time, as
He said in forever. It's
true. For the first time, you pull back your arm and you kind of think back to the training that you had with your parents in childhood, and you remember the motions that were taught to you, but until this moment, they never quite looked the same way that your parents did. As when you pull back your arm, your blade just starts to glow with light, and in this last second, just overpowering smite, you hit this goblin and watches
Let's go.
just vanishes from
Oh
existence.
my gosh.
As that was exceptional overkill for its 7 HP.
I knew it was a
And
little
you more than
overkill.
doubled
What'd you
it.
do again?
I'm pissed. What'd you do?
That's
I
17.
rolled 17.
Let's go.
And by the way, especially right after that kill, we just got 300 moonstones.
Let's go.
So thank you, the Stream Master, and thank you, Derek, for donating your moonstones.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
That kill was for you.
Oh man!
That
All
was
right,
sick.
that's freaking dope. Yeah, you got anything
Nice.
else?
Divine Strike is
I-
called Moon Strike from now on.
Moonstrike.
Moonstrike.
I love it.
That's tough.
Sick.
I like that a lot, actually.
Well, I used my
Not
last spell slot for
Calagon,
that
you're gonna be up
Divine
next,
Smite.
but you are
Actually, Divine
currently in the middle of
Inspiration is also
three
us, too.
half giants.
There's no
Bear in
loss
mind.
Are they aware
it's
of
either
the
way.
fighting? Are they like running to
Can
the fight?
I
Are they what's
question-
going
Make an
on?
insight check for me.
Okay.
Never
that's
mind,
right.
this is an action. Never mind.
Okay.
I thought it was a bonus
Dude,
action.
I don't know why I'm rolling. There's 2.
So what can
I
I
don't
do
know.
as a bonus action? That's not like swing my sword and all that. Can I like kick the other one?
I would
In the
say
face?
in the heat of combat, given the fact that everything isn't just like properly distracted as the two minis were earlier, no proper attacks unless
it.
you have like a direct offhand attack.
Okay. Can I shove with my shield? That probably would be an action, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
even that would be, whether that be attack, a help action, or something of that sort. There would be
That's a
a
shove
few
action,
different
yeah.
things that it
It's
would be
actually-
Yeah,
actions.
it's a shove action.
So-
Okay, makes sense. So, can I possibly
think-
try and block Gene Canito with my shield?
You can definitely kind of like get in the way of him. I'll
Yeah,
say
like
that
try
much.
to get
So
in my
you
way.
can try to make
Maybe give them
yourself kind of
disadvantage or something.
build
next time.
aggro if you want to kind of be
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
primary
trying to
target.
do.
for a
That's what I'm
moment.
trying to do.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Moonstrike just got clipped by the Stream Master.
Nice.
It's
Incredible. Incredible. All right. As you kind of push your way through,
The
you see
Moonstrike,
as
I love
Calagon
that,
now
actually.
is
That's
pulling
sick.
up, and Felgren says, "Hey, don't worry about me. That hurt, but nothing lethal. I'll support you too." And you can tell that he's like hurting and kind of like toughening up for it, but he seems to have your back in this moment at the very least.
Cool.
Calagon, would you like to do anything on your turn as you're being escorted this way and seeing the craziness ensue?
I asked if my caretakers were being distracted by the fight appearing in front of them, and
Yes, that is
I didn't
correct.
roll very well.
That is
So
right.
I'm assuming I have.
They've been pretty blank-faced this whole way through, so they're a hard
Okay.
read.
And they're holding on to me. Like,
Yes, 2 of the 3 are holding on to you, the other is walking behind.
well, then there's really nothing that I can do.
Okay. Yeah,
Besides-
you can just sit pretty.
Huh?
So yeah, you can just sit pretty if you'd like. That's fine.
Can I just like contest the, try to break out of their hold?
You absolutely can.
Do I have to roll
That
for?
might be to our demise, to be
I came willingly, and then you start fighting in front of me. So I just,
True, but you
I-
have no staff.
I don't need a staff for everything I do.
No?
He's got
All
some.
right.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll a.
I don't even want to roll, to be honest. But all right, what am I rolling?
Hey, maybe your time is coming. Like mine did. Mine came.
The odds are in my favor at this point.
Yeah, it's just a contested grapple again.
Okay. For
Yeah,
all
I
three of
rolled
them, or
theirs.
just two?
You can
Okay.
do athletics or
For
acrobatics.
2 of them, yeah, 2 separates.
Okay. You said athletics or acrobatics? 21.
21?
Okay.
21.
And for the second?
Nat 1.
There's no way. There's no way.
3 with the modifier.
You don't have any inspiration lying around or anything?
No, I wish I did. All out of
Okay.
the inspiration and
That is
And
very
hope, to be
unfortunate
honest,
because
but-
the highest roll amongst them was for the second.
do I get advantage? can I talk you into advantage
They
like
have
Cleave
advantage
does?
because there are 3 of them,
Yeah.
and
They should be distracted by this
unfortunately,
fight. My
Kaidon
strength.
in the back is especially ready for you, with the highest of highs at an 8.
Blimey.
As now you start to kind of pull away and kind of pulling your arms in while they're just kind of like not especially like holding tight for a moment. You kind of like pull in full on like Samson style, and you just feel as a hand now grabs around your
Oh
head
no.
Gosh.
and just forces you to the ground.
Ah.
Goodness
Cool.
gracious.
It's a great day for me, guys.
No staff.
Yeah.
Rodrick.
Nothing.
bud.
You grappled.
No rolls.
No rolls. Yeah.
These are tough times here in the prisons.
I guess.
Goodness gracious.
In the hypodium.
I guess I'm gonna say ow, and then that ends my turn.
It's a great turn. Great turn. Great answer. Great
All right.
answer.
It's my turn.
That it is.
I'm going to look at the goblin that's right next to the archaeologist. That one's still alive, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'm pulling out my bow and
go.
aiming straight.
Cool.
Okay, that's going to be a 13 to hit.
13. Surprisingly nimble. These creatures are constantly moving around and climbing. However, I will give you advantage on that shot, given the fact that he is fully distracted on the other end.
Worse.
Well, your time had to come.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
coming
right.
suddenly.
You start firing off, and you see that Jean is directly behind this goblin, and this goblin is actively trying to climb him, as now Arlyn is trying to shove his way between the two of them. And as you fire off, you kind of last second watch as your ally jumps in the way, and you kind of misfire just slightly, trying to avoid your friends here. Is there anything else that you'd like to do on your turn?
I would like to give. Actually, does Jean have a turn?
He does, yeah, for sure.
All right, I'd like to give Jean Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. Very cool.
Awesome.
All right. As now all of these goblins and hobgoblins are starting to fill this hallway, only one of the goblins is still alive in this moment, as the hobgoblin ahead is still slashing away at the goblins, and doing shockingly well as he's just cutting them down one after the next with max damage. My goodness. Dropping yet another
Wow.
of his goblin kin. You knew he was a traitor from the get, having convinced him to come down here. You saw that he was willing to imprison his own. But it was hard to truly envision the depths of depravity when it comes to these goblinoid hordes, as you now watch just dropping one after the next. The hobgoblin just stands there in the doorway as he sees now the following 2 goblins just get up and start to just like hiss at him, with the null just kind of growling from the side, and you can see as they all now just start sprinting out straight towards him.
Oh, more of them.
Let's see how they do real quick. Very well.
Can I roll for him?
Let me actually see for the null. That one might have been a miss, but those goblins are definitely putting in some work here, unfortunately. Yeah, the goblins are gonna start just like climbing onto him, and you see as one of them just like starts grabbing at the back of his collar, the other one shows up with a mace and dragging it up. You see as he now pulls it up and just straight to the chest. These goblins start just beating down on this hobgoblin, we'll say ally of yours. And very quickly you start to see as he starts getting beat down to the ground and breathing very, very heavily. You can see he's clearly on his last leg as these goblins are just pummeling him to the floor. Gina's going to just kind of start pushing his way back a little bit out of fear of the goblin.
Good.
But luckily, Arlyn, you're able to step in his place and prevent any attacks of opportunity.
Yes, that's what I wanted. That's
Nice.
good. That's good.
Cleave, followed by Arlyn.
I want to look over at Nindal, and what does he have for weapons?
He doesn't seem to have any weapons on
He
him.
doesn't have any weapons?
He doesn't have any weapons, only his potions, of which he is running severely low on.
Dang, that's all they leave him with is his potions? Alright. I'm still going to just gesture at his, like any haversacks or belts or whatever, anything he has that's, like, that conveys, like, items, like all his potions, and just start, like, pointing at all of them and just be like...
He just kind of looks at you with, like, this shrug and shake of his head.
Just like... I continue on, I just keep trying to
Squirrel
sneak towards my-
Cleave.
What an asset. What an asset, Cleave.
Alright.
Wow.
You guys continue to push on, able to actually weave through the entryways to each of these cells now, and kind of stealthily hiding throughout the corners and pushing around. You're able to now kind of hide closer to where you can see all of the action going on in that moment.
Is there any kind of, like, sense that I might get looking around for where they might keep our stuff? Any indicators?
I've been
Not
assuming.
immediately, but you can definitely make an investigation check while you're going about, and that'll be your action.
I think it's kind of funny that through all this turmoil, that guy with the Bloodhawk has just been watching us from his cage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chilling.
He's straight up just sitting down, just sitting in his cell. listening
Nobody
on.
bothered to set him free.
Whistling.
Nindal, in this moment, as you're
He's
looking
like,
around,
thank God.
he places a hand on your back, and he just kind of like holds at like almost like the nape of your neck for a moment, as he kind of whispers into your ear, "Cleave, this is bad. If the hobgoblin dies, we have no control over them." He motions at the three holding Calagon to the floor now.
I'm like...
Yikes.
Arlyn, you're up.
Wait, hold on. So did I...
When did
How'd
he
you
start
roll?
caring more about Nindal than Calagon?
No, I figure if they're no longer under his control, like they don't want to be stuck here either.
From the way he said it, it didn't sound like it was going to be a good thing.
No, he's commanding them to not kill these people that are leaving. They are clearly like
Maybe.
from this area, and it is against their best interest if we escape. So if he's not telling them to let us escape, they're gonna kill Calagon.
For my... I mean,
Oh,
I
no.
still use my turn. I don't know. There's nothing else I can really do.
Calagon.
But I just wanted to say, this isn't like the type of investigation where I'm trying to like break down all the ingredients and stuff. This is just me trying to guess where people might keep things. I'm making a case right now for using wisdom instead of intelligence for my investigation check. Like, this is a perceptive kind of investigation, you know what I mean?
I do enjoy that.
Not me. Not me.
I do enjoy that.
What do you think, chat?
Given the fact
Sorry.
Yeah, true.
that insight is wisdom-based and that this is technically an aspect of insight, I will allow it. However,
Yeah.
I am like 98% more inclined to deny whatever next helpful question comes out of your mouth just for all of the bartering. This is like Michael's
Wait,
session
hold on,
where he
hold
was
on.
like, yeah, you can cancel a nat one. I'm going to make it
I did
horrible
love that
later
rule.
on.
I loved that rule. But I just want to say you didn't. This is the first time I feel like you gave into it. You know, it did. Oh wait, no, sorry, I don't have to roll again. What I had rolled. The reason I asked it in the first place is because it had been a 15. It would have gone down to a 14. Instead, it's going up to a 17.
Okay. You don't get any inclination as to where they might be holding it, but you definitely get the idea that Nindal would. And
Well,
I
he
think
would know.
kind of starting to look around and figure things out, you start to piece things together as you now remember the fact that Coltron had actually dropped things to you both. And you realize now in this moment, thinking back on it, trying to think, okay, where do they put things? Where do they put things? And you remember for this brief moment that Nindal was only reaching for his potion belt at Coltron's feet when you came to, rather. And so you get the general sense that he might be your best bet.
Coltron would?
Nindal. Nindal might be your best bet in trying to figure out where the belongings might be.
Yeah, that's what I already thought. He was whack. All right, good enough.
At least he's gonna be good for something.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Alright, sorry, back to Arlyn over here.
Back to Arlyn. All right. So at the moment, I'm like fighting off this goblin off my shield, and I am going to grab my sword and just pierce it right through his stomach.
Okay, go for it.
Let's roll.
Not doing too hot?
6.
6.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's not really happening for a few of you guys. Luckily for you, you are distracted trying to keep Jean in the fight to the best of your ability. Felgren seems to push up at your side and is kind of pushing around, and he did say he was going to support you. That is going to be the help action. You may roll once more.
Let's go.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, make it happen. 19.
19. All right.
Thank you,
As
Felgren.
Felgren kind of steps in place, you watch as you go to stab at this goblin, and you can see where the goblin kind of pushes off to the side and smirks at you, reaching up now with like these clawed hands. He starts reaching directly at your face, and right as this goblin starts reaching out and dodging out of the way of your sword, you see where this green barrier appears beside the goblin, and before he's able to get all the way outside of the reach of your sword, he kind of gets squished up against it, and just right through the stomach. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes.
Let's go. That was awesome.
That's sick. That's
We got a
sick.
green lantern on our side. Let's go.
True.
4.
4. Okay. Yeah, definitely stopping the goblin mid-strike for a moment at the very least, as now his hand kind of pulls down and onto the blade, and he just kind of angrily confused, looking between the two of you guys. Calagon, you're up.
I'm on the ground.
Forgot to add my modifier to the big one, by
I'm
the way.
discouraged. I'm not happy.
Well, that's with my modifier.
A lot of stuff's
My
going
big
on.
damage was 19, not 17.
Kaidon shoved my head down into the
Yeah.
ground, right? Do I notice that he's maybe like the strongest one out of them, or
He definitely seems to be pretty darn beefy.
can I cast friends to him? Even though I'm like down, or, like I don't
What
know.
are the components required in Friends?
I was looking at that.
If it is verbal and/or material, then not presumably, unless you just happen to need like hay.
I don't know. I've never used it before,
Okay.
so it is material, but
Does it say what material by any
it's
chance?
some makeup. It says I don't know.
Say makeup?
Some makeup.
Huh.
For him, it would usually be just the
Yeah,
staff,
no,
of
the
course,
staff
but
typically.
So
All right. Yeah, unfortunately, in this moment, as you're kind of
There's nothing I
scrambling
can
to do something, you're able to kind of just like pick your head up to the side and get a decent visual now from the ground of everything that's going on. Is there anything else you'd like to try?
nope, that's all.
Cool. All right.
That's right, buddy.
He's
Enjoy,
just
guys.
hanging out with his new friends here. Oh man. All right. Then yeah, it's just Rodrick and then back to the NPCs.
Okay. I am going to take a strike at one of the goblins that's hurting the hobgoblin.
Okay. Are you going in close range?
No.
Okay. So you're just gonna fire off.
Yep.
Alrighty.
16.
16. These goblins are very quick and as you've seen, hard to hit, but that just barely hits as you fire off. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's that idea. It's a horrible
8.
idea.
8 points of damage.
So
Cool, yeah. You
should
watch
be
it just
dead.
doing, and just like pinging the goblin straight in the big old head. You just see it drop.
awesome.
And that's one more goblin down, where you can now see that there are still one goblin and a gnoll just standing on top of this hobgoblin ally of yours now.
As a bonus action, I am going to cast Bardic Inspiration, or that's not really casting, right? I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to the hobgoblin.
Okay. And that's what, a d6?
That is... Yeah, 1d6.
1d6. Okay. Nice. Seemingly well worth it, as you can tell that he's struggling down here and like clearly just like starting to bleed out. He just kind of takes a moment and holding his stomach now, you watch as he starts to get up and just kind of shoves the goblin off of him, and he swats as though he's gonna swing on the goblin, and instead last second goes and takes a swipe at that gnoll. Let's see how we're doing here. Okay. Not ideal, but not the worst either. I'm gonna go for full rolls to see the actual impact here, to see if he does any good. Okay, that's going to be, let's see, not nearly enough to kill a gnoll, unfortunately. 3, 7, 12, 14, 15. Still pretty good though. Okay. Yeah, with one strong swipe, you can see that these hobgoblins are no joke in relation to their brethren here. And he brings down this this gnoll considerably. As you can see, he just starts cutting away at him, and in like this like terrifying last-ditch effort, starts pressing forward and nudging this gnoll back as he's just taking swipe after swipe at him and just cutting away at him. And the gnoll, you can see like there's like a hint of fear, and then this just hint of just pure deranged lunacy behind his eyes as he's almost like getting more and more amped up with every swing. Hold on a second. Dang. As you watch the goblin now swinging and taking his best swipes at this hobgoblin, it's not until the gnoll steps back forward that you can see that he seems to have this kind of like broken half spear that he was kind of resting on almost like that bar top behind him. And just as he's getting swiped back, he reaches a hand out beside him and, dodging one final blow, just jumps in last second. And you watch now as, with a smile on his face, you can see saliva pouring down the gnoll's mouth and dripping down his jaws, as you can see the hobgoblin now just kind of slowly falling to the floor.
Ooh.
Eyes glazed over.
Oh man.
Here we go. And now we're gonna find out.
Joel.
And that's where we're going to take a quick break.
Oh man.
That's fantastic.
I'm sorry, I evil laugh at our own pain, guys.
Oh,
We would have
this
been
could
so
been
far out of this place. It's
so
not even crazy.
easy.
Good job, David! Woo!
We're
See
gonna
you
have a
guys
guy.
back here in about 10 minutes.
See you guys in a few minutes.
We're gonna have a guy
Later.
that knows how to make giant potions, okay? All right, we're gonna have that. I'm sorry, guys.
Welcome back, adventurers. So, starting back in the exciting chronicles of the Four Horsemen, we saw now, having gathered up their forces, the Four Horsemen allowed many, many others to escape with them, almost losing an orc to the Colosseum ranks. Cleave, luckily, was able to, as a squirrel, go back out, grab said orc, and save him before being subject to death at the hands of another. Unfortunately, it did come at a price, as now the hobgoblin who had been in charge helping them escape throughout this entire perilous journey has now been felled at the hands of his goblin and gnoll once allies. So, as we open things back up here, Cleave, having just heard Nindal just whisper over to you, like, expressing the gravity of, if this hobgoblin dies, then so do our chances of commanding these three half-giants, who are now hands pressed into your best friend Calagon, holding his body to the ground as he's just kind of squirming to escape every now and then. You now hear as the shouts from the hallway start to excitedly erupt in one way or the other as the goblins shout for victory over the fallen traitor. What would you like to do?
Oh man. I'll just drop squirrel form and I'm gonna run as full cleave.
Oh man. His club and shield.
Fully prepared.
Oh, it's a new club. Oh, I don't know.
I gotta do have a new club. Yeah, this one's more fitting to the size. I'm just gonna run up and I'm gonna try if I can do anything. And I'm gonna try to align myself. But you know, I always open with a lie. Well, no, this is kind of true. But my social move first, just like, we're free, everybody escape. And then I want to try to like give Calagon a hand up, and I'll try to yank him out of their hands if I have to, but only if I have to. If they're just suddenly, you know, out of a daze, I'll be gentle about it.
Yeah, you don't see any direct movement on their part.
Yeah, I guess I'll put it this way. I'll wait until he starts moving, and then I'll pull with him.
Okay, cool. Do bear in mind, it is going to be the two of you guys against 3 half giants, just as far as the rolls are concerned in a moment. But we'll hold off for Calagon's turn in just a moment. Arlyn, you're up first.
All right. So I'm still fighting this guy, right?
Right.
My sword is right through his chest. I'm going to just
Okay.
and try and hurt him.
Very nice. All right. Yeah, roll the hit. At advantage still.
Cool.
Oh, actually, could I have try to get that guy into my pocket like before I ran off?
Both.
Oh,
My
Nindal?
boy Nindal, yeah.
Yeah, that's not
So
bad.
he's hidden, yeah.
My advantage one was 23.
Wow. Yeah, definitely hits.
Nice. And I am going to hit him for 7 damage.
Perfect.
Let's
yeah,
go.
he was already injured, but now kind of like as he's like flailing about, trying to back his way off of your blade and kind of like inch his way using now that barrier and the wall as grips. You watch as he starts pulling his way back, only for the barrier to vanish and his weight just to fall. And you watch as he just goes limp on your sword now.
That's what it gets, honestly.
And
And thinking
I'm-
it could be more Barry than Barry. Can't be barrier.
So I'm also going to just angle it so he just falls on the floor and
Okay.
gets off.
Nobody's barrier.
Fantastic. Alrighty.
Awesome.
Moving on.
And
Next up.
Wait.
Oh. Oh. What do you got?
And then I am going to run right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to stand guard.
Cool. Fantastic. Alrighty. Yeah.
No.
What you got going on, man? Got some indecision going on here. Uh-oh.
I can't. It's an
can't.
action.
You can't.
It's an action. Never
Okay.
mind.
Cool.
Keep going.
Alright. Calagon, buddy.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
You
We're
got
doing
knocked
it.
down,
We're doing it well.
but it is possible that you could get back up again.
I will do anything I can to get back up.
Okay. Fantastic.
I see Cleave running towards me, trying to help me up, and I'm going to take his hand, and
Yeah, you may redo your previous roll.
here we go. What am I doing?
Can you have it with advantage? That was the whole thing I'm doing.
So I'm trying to determine right now, honestly.
Come on, they're out of it.
I would say
Wait.
no because
Somebody else make a case for it.
technically they're also being flanked. He's also being flanked. Just a straight flat roll for this one.
9,
9? Okay, cool.
which means
As,
no in German. So,
Kaidon, arm kind of pressed down into Calagon's head. You kind of turn last second and kind of like pushing over with your arms, you're able to just kind of slowly start inching your body back upward with your tail instead, as this massive man just kind of reaches a hand over towards Cleave and starts kind of grabbing around at the two of you, and kind of fumbling for that brief moment, sees as you now stand all the way back to your feet, but still grappled by the other two beside you.
Okay.
You're free, you fool!
No, I'm not.
Nah, not you!
Alright, we'll get back to
You
it.
fools!
Rodrick.
I need to try to take authority, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm gonna yell towards the 3 half giants,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, "As you once listened to him, you now listen to me."
And what would you like to follow that up with?
I would like to follow it up with. I'm gonna do.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Can I use minor illusion to make myself look more intimidating? Because I am just a goblin.
That's fine.
Okay. I would like to make my eyes pretty much glow red. Do the hobgoblins have any distinct features?
Largely the height, reddened skin, and greater musculature.
Okay. At this point, so quick question: for disguise self, at any point can I alter my disguise?
Not to my knowledge, unless you were to instead use that as your action.
Oh, but as long as it's still
Let me
cast,
see.
I can use it as my action.
Let me double check.
Or would I have to recast
I
it?
think you would have to recast it. Yeah, that would have to be a recast, unfortunately. If you want.
Okay. What's interesting is it says you make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings in your person, look different until the spell ends or until you use your action to dismiss it.
Right. You could dismiss it entirely, but you can't change the course.
I won't
of it.
dismiss it entirely. I'll just minor illusion myself to look intimidating.
Okay, but as Rodrick now?
No, as
Wait.
the goblin.
So, sorry, I think I might have missed part of it. You're saying you can't just cast a new one?
You can cast a new one.
Oh, that's what. But you just can't change it on
Yeah,
the same
I-
one.
I
Got it.
also can't cast a new one.
Okay.
Understood.
Not right now.
So you're gonna try to minor illusion something else
Even
instead
with
while
your
dropping that
new
form.
spell slots? You don't
Well,
have
I'm gonna
more
keep
spell
the
slots?
form.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna keep the form. Okay,
You
okay.
can't.
Yeah.
All right.
Dang.
Yeah, easy enough. Go ahead and roll persuasion then at that.
Oh, porque? Because, yeah. Okay, you're right.
Yeah. Just persuasion.
17.
Okay.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad.
As you shout these things, remind me what was the follow up? What are you trying to tell them to do?
What I'm trying to do is convince them that since they followed him and he followed me, that now they follow me.
Okay. I guess hard to see any results of whether or not that
I think he's saying give
took
them a
root.
command.
Yeah. Whether or not that took root with just that.
I'm going to tell them to unhand Calagon.
Fantastic. All right. And Cleave, you were doing similar. What would you like to do in that moment?
The whole time I've just been trying to help Calagon out of it. I'm just pulling him away.
Fantastic. Okay. As each of these three kind of looks around one at the other, that larger figure from behind kind of steps forward and puts both hands on the shoulders of Calagon and you can feel Calagon where his hands now wrapping like halfway down your torso, it seems like. Just kind of really, really like exaggerated hands especially. Start to kind of pull over towards the sides of your arms where you can see now he starts to motion along with the others and just kind of pulls your arms in, and you see that the other two let go as he does so. And he just kind of pushes you forward and lets go.
Wow.
Oh man,
It worked.
sick.
I thought he was by
Impressive.
magic. Okay. I
Now,
didn't realize
what's
it was
Cleave
just-
gonna do next? Is he gonna hit them?
Not him though.
I'm gonna run if I can get a chance away from them towards Rodrick.
A wise decision.
Yeah.
On the other side of things, Arlyn, does an 18 hit?
If you meet it, you beat it, right? Yep.
This is true. What about then a 14?
No, definitely not.
Nice. Well, luckily then, the only one to hit is just the goblin, so that's a good start.
Cool.
That's going to be a grand total of...
Wait, does beat it count for AC?
Yeah.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
You have to
For sure.
meet their AC.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
AC is just like a DC.
They had to surpass their
And,
AC to break through the shield.
Nice. No. All right. So, yeah, that's just a simple 4 points of bludgeoning damage coming your way, Arlyn.
Cool.
As the goblin now, like, frantically starts swinging about, almost excitedly, seeing now the gnoll take down the hobgoblin.
How you looking? Still pretty?
But nothing.
Always.
Still
Nothing
gorgeous.
great. nothing great on his part. Cool. All right. Then I guess starting back one final time here, presumably. Cleave, buddy, what you got?
I guess I'll just run. Is this a hallway? Like
That is a
directly in
hallway.
front of
Yes.
me? Okay.
Yeah. It was like a trap door that they swung open previously.
Oh wow. So there's just a bunch of like goblin bodies on the ground, and they're just working on the gnoll and the goblin in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, do I want to even be seen? You're running in there, right?
If I get a chance, I'm running towards Rodrick.
I'm just gonna start running around looking for everybody's weapons. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, where to? Get to
As long
run.
as Arlyn's still looking. I mean, yeah, I'll run down the hallway. I'm gonna run over here. Take a quick left, right. The left kind of looks like
Do you want to
some
ask
kind
your
of
friend?
dining quarters. Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, where's our stuff? Where's everything? Where's everything? Reach into my little vest.
Despite the smaller size, you take it that Nindal is very used to being in this form, and his voice completely unchanged. You hear just shout up muffled from your robe. Not with them. There'll be spoils for the higher-ups.
Where?
Unfortunately, out there, and he kind of nudges back in the direction of the Colosseum's entryway. You saw those up top, did you not?
Ah! I'm just gonna angrily run out there and just bash a goblin in the head.
Wait, run out to the Coliseum?
No, right here.
That would be
with you guys.
incredible.
Alright, I'm not making bad decisions. It's turned out well. I'm not doing
I would let you die at this point. There's no way.
No, I'm running up with you guys. I'm gonna run between here, try to push past Arlyn if I can, and just sort of like get to flanking.
Yeah, go ahead and
I'm a swang.
the phrase I almost used was hit on him.
Advantage?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you would have advantage. That is accurate, don't worry. That's not
10.
it's not a change.
Pretty weak.
10 to a goblin is very weak, unfortunately.
Both of my rolls were low. I don't know what I'm
there
doing.
is a gnoll kind of swiping now at you from the other side as you seem to kind of squeeze your way around Arlyn and into this mix. Clearly not unnoticed. Is there anything else?
I'm gonna go. Rah, 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 rah.
Very good. Very well played.
Thanks.
Arlyn followed by Calagon.
All right. So,
Wait, can I hold a bonus action?
I do like it.
This goblin just slashed at me, right? I'm gonna say, is that all you've got? And Hit a nat 1.
Blimey.
Perfect
Yes,
timing.
you're
Wait,
strong.
I'm flanking with you, right?
Perfect timing.
I'm flanking. You
Oh.
can do it.
Oh yeah,
Oh!
you are flanking him.
Flanking?
Yep,
Please be in that one.
it'd be phenomenal.
17.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Much better.
17.
As,
It's a David roll.
the knoll seemingly slapping around over at Cleave, the goblin just turns for a brief moment as you notice clearly starting to block off. Turns last second. How much damage?
4.
4 points of damage.
4. That's his head.
Cool.
Golf ball style.
All right. Getting him through the side a little bit, you notice that he's clearly not looking great immediately as he's just kind of back and forth between the two of you guys, and now just pulls for that mace one more time, and he just starts swinging about, just flailing every which way. Calagon, followed by Rodrick.
Finally, I'm free. I'm gonna run towards Rodrick, which I know he's Rodrick. Is there any way you can tell him to get our stuff? I don't have my staff. And then I'm gonna run into the room, noticing that a fight's going on, and I'm gonna squeeze my way in there, and I'm going to firebolt the knoll.
Right on.
Okay. And doesn't require any material components on that one?
I don't know. No.
Wow.
Verbal and what's that again?
Somatic.
Somatic.
Yeah.
Hands.
Somatic,
These
yeah.
hands.
Yeah.
Giving him the hands.
These hands.
Cool.
I'm just so angry. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Do something today. All right. 4, 5, 6, 17.
17, yeah. Definitely hits.
Nice.
We're back
Very
in
nice,
it.
very nice.
We're back in
Nice.
it, boys.
Doing all right here, guys.
Cool.
Let's
And that's
go.
going to be 7 damage to the
Fantastic.
knoll.
As
Nice.
feeling powerless this whole time and having relied on this staff for so long and building up your power, you watch now as you just, in your rage, just and watch as this thing immediately just lights up and just falls to the ground.
Ooh. Sick.
The knoll. Heck yeah.
Wait, the knoll
The-
or
oh,
my
I'm sorry,
my
that was
spell?
the knoll?
The knoll.
Yeah.
Forgive me, my mistake.
I thought you were saying my
mistake.
spell just falls to the ground. I'm like,
No,
all right,
that
guys,
would be fire.
I'm getting out of here.
Although, I'm sorry, yes, the knoll then still. That is
Still?
exactly how much health it had left.
Let's go.
Take that,
knoll.
Not
Coyote.
bad, y'all. Alright, Goblin's still in it, but still not looking great, so that's fine.
I just take
And,
one last slash at him. He's
Well,
got like
But
3
I
health.
did tell Rodrick to see if
Rodrick
he can get
can.
his minions to
Go for it, Rodrick.
go find our stuff.
I mean, I'll just strike it with my short bow really quick, but then I want to go talk to the half giants.
Cool. Give it a shot.
So, with my short bow,
No longbow? You
what?
don't have a longbow?
I do have a long bow, but it's not that far.
Oh. Yeah.
It's gonna be a 12 to hit the knoll.
I'll say this is another at advantage. You guys are literally just swarming a goblin at this point. It's not a problem.
Oh, yeah.
I hit it.
19 plus modifier.
Cool. Yeah, no, I mean it's just a beatdown at this point. So that's why
Yep.
I say like it's not even a matter of question where
9
Cleave
damage.
is just behind,
Yo, jeez.
Arlyn's beside,
Overkill.
Calagon's just torching stuff from ahead,
Yep.
and finally just Calagon right over her head as you're just kind of face to face with this thing. The smell of burnt fur now starting to rise. You just watch as this goblin just drops from in front of you.
So I'm gonna like totally cool guy that, by the way. I'm just gonna and start walking towards
Nice.
the creatures.
I would like to, not knowing where my staff is, go in this room and investigate.
So
Just
Make an
throwing that.
investigation check.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell the 3 half giants.
Did it. Bless you.
We need the staff.
Nat 20, 22 modifier.
Fantastic. Speaking to the 3 of them,
Yep.
they kind
I'll
of
know.
each look one at the other,
Just burnt hair.
and you watch as this kind of heavily helmed guy with this kind of furred pelt just kind of looks down at you and just shakes his head and gives a little shrug. And you can see that there's almost this like defeated expression on his face as though like whether not gonna happen or can't happen.
Do you know where they are? Can you point me in a direction?
Just kind of looks around and puts his hands to the air in kind of a defeated fall, and he just kind of head down to avoid making direct eye contact with you. Just kind of points out and up. Same place that that Nindal had implied previously.
Towards the Coliseum?
Yeah.
No. Really?
I think at this point I'm the only one that can actually do anything here. I think... Okay, are we out of initiative?
Yeah.
Can I short rest as a squirrel? If I become one again.
Can you short rest?
I got 1 hour in squirrel
as
form,
a squirrel?
and it takes 1 hour to short rest.
I mean,
Can I just vibe?
I guess technically you could.
Very
I
good,
see
very
no
good.
direct issue with that.
It's a little OP, but it's fine. Can I
not
short rest as a
technically-
cockroach for 3 minutes?
For the record,
not
I
techni-
have my book. I don't know how important my staff is compared to my book. I don't know how important it is. But I want it.
Busted. It's busted.
But if it's worth our lives, I
Well,
think
I'm going to at least walk over to the Coliseum and look out of the doors. What do I see?
Okay. Just kind of strolling into the center of it and taking a look straight up to where he was motioning. Cool.
roll for initiative.
As dark becomes light and full again, you can see the clear kind of crossway where you see two very familiar figures seated at the top of this balcony. And these are the ones with the clearest view directly down to you. And one of them you remember seeing eye to eye previously as his vision locks in on you. And the other you hadn't quite gotten nearly as good a look at in times past. But seated before Coltron, you see this hulking red hobgoblin with white hair, white beard, and scales that almost resemble a dragon's. And you watch now as the one beside him, direct front and center, seems to almost command a glare, as though he doesn't even have to look anywhere else. The second you look up to see them, you notice that the figure seated here in the middle just pierces your soul with his eyes. And something about this hobgoblin is immediately unsettling. You can tell that he's not like the others. He's not wild. He doesn't seem the slightest bit primitive. As you look up, you can see his hands rested on the armrests of what look like a throne. And you can see he has a beautifully ornate longsword that looks either human or elvish in nature, and he seems to just kind of balance it on its tip as he now lifts it from the side of his chair. And looking down at you, you can now see that his legs are crossed, and he brings his other arm down onto his lap as he just watches.
Now, Coltron technically doesn't recognize me because he's never seen me in this form.
Very well.
He's only seen Rodrick make up into an orc.
Okay.
Okay. With that unsettled look.
Which is also still what's beneath the fake disguise, right?
What?
Which is also what's beneath the illusion disguise, right? You got two layers of disguise.
Technically,
if
I had
somebody
no-
sees through your illusion, they just see orc disguise, right?
Yeah, it's like dirty orc disguise.
I mean,
Like,
true,
remember,
true.
I was like in the sand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would still say that there's like remnants of green under like ash from sand. Oh golly.
Okay.
Oh boy, I just wanted to look out. I didn't want to actually go out there, just FYI.
Certainly fair.
That's too much for me to handle. I'm going to turn around. Are Bielnik and Barb dead, by the way?
I'm sorry?
Bielnik?
Yelnik and Barb.
They're not there currently.
Oh. Interesting. So they're just waiting for another...
Hard to say. It's largely silent, surprisingly. As you now just kind of watch these two hobgoblins stare your way, you can see that they very clearly trained their focus on you immediately. And do a great job of just kind of waiting and watching.
I can't take this risk. I'm gonna slink back into the shadows of the dungeon.
Okay.
There are just times that you just don't.
Gotta take the loss.
Yeah,
you just gotta
you
take the
just
loss.
don't. There's
all
nothing
good.
about this is okay.
We can cut another branch.
That's what I'm thinking. If it was a book, if it was my spell book, that's a different story. But
Yeah.
as far as I know, my staff, even though I did find it with the book, is just a staff, I think.
We'll see.
I know, we'll see.
I'm sure I can probably get somebody to go obtain it for us and have them take the risk. And if they don't make it out alive, I'll know it wasn't worth trying.
Like the strategy, certainly fair.
Okay, I'm gonna go back into the dungeon.
Cool.
Which is only us, the people we rescued, and the 3 half-giants, correct?
I believe so. That sounds right at the moment. So it's just gonna be like the people you rescued in general, but yeah, the half giants.
Got an idea.
Okay.
Do you
Let me reload this real quick.
I'll go back in. The problem...
got an idea? Should we free that one guy and tell him to go get it with his bird? For his freedom? Or it's not even worth it. We don't have enough time.
Well, we will let... If we just let him free... Okay. The problem is, we can't really speak about this in front of these half-giants.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the possibility of them turning on us. So, man, this is where some kind of, like, mind talk would work so well.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to keep going with the original plan, and the plan is to smuggle Calagon out because I need to create more gems.
Okay. Fantastic. Alrighty. Well, following through and making your moves, you find yourself obviously seated now, or standing in this just kind of greater hall. Calagon, after searching around, you notice that there do seem to be smaller pouches on all of the goblins. Mostly what this is just like a mess hall of certain sorts.
Okay.
There are shackles, and there are weapons as well as gold around.
Shackles. The shackles that are not... Is there a key with them, or...?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I would like to take the shackles.
Cool.
And you said there's weapons as well?
Oh yeah, there are quite a few weapons just kind of strewn about throughout this room. Especially, obviously, where the dead goblins all are.
Is there anything that I can use? Anything that it looks like I can use as? No, I guess not. I'm gonna. Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm gonna take one of those chairs or maybe like I'm gonna take the antler off that deer.
Nice.
Take one of the antlers off.
Okay. It is in fact a Manshire reindeer.
Oh.
wow, nice.
Okay. So I'll take one of the antlers. I'm gonna take the shackles. Then I'm gonna run back to. I'm gonna wait, I guess, for Rodrick to come back.
So, as I'm walking back, I would like to do something really quick. I'd like to actually instruct the half-giants to take the only gladiator left and send him out to the Colosseum as a distraction while we can get away. So we can get away.
Okay.
Especially given the fact that they just saw me.
Man,
Oh,
who had
I'll-
all our money? Was it
Me.
Was it you?
Do I still have the money?
No way.
Probably not, huh?
Man, we don't have anything. No
Well,
inventory.
it's in my inventory. Unless you take it out, I'm just saying.
These three proceed to follow your orders without issue.
So I want to run up
probably
to
broke
Rodrick with the shackles and say, "Do you want me to pretend to be your prisoner still?"
Yes, we need to make it look convincing to get you out of here.
I'm gonna put the shackles on, but not to where they're locked. And I'm gonna also have the antler in my hand as well, behind my back with the shackles.
What is the dress code of the goblins that we killed?
Largely like different tattered scraps like what you had seen at that previous encampment. You notice the Null especially is just kind of very Tarzan-esque, if you will, while the goblins do seem to have like patchwork leathered armors and pelts just kind of sewn in throughout.
Okay. I think in order to keep the disguise, you must cover yourselves in pelts, except for Calagon. Because if anybody sees you, Arlyn, with dead meat,
I say,
I think I agree.
and I
You short
put
resting?
away my little. I put away my,
Oh.
my weak little club, my piece of fence post, and I pick up that mace that they were swinging around. And I pick up my first real weapon and just finally make a decision. Violence is going to be necessary on this journey.
I'd also
And then I put on all the tattered stuff that that's what he put on.
Yeah, I start disguising myself with.
I'd also like to pick up the sword that my ally was using.
Okay.
Is there anything special about it?
It's this long kind of flattened deep gray blade. As far as special, it's definitely like a cultural uniqueness, but at first glance, not anything beyond that.
That's fine. It helps fit the character. So I'll keep that on me. Now, I hate, unfortunately, asking this question, but I have to just for the sake of being fair. How long has it been?
Since
How long has it been since I entered the city?
the city, you technically made 2 different investigation checks. You held off for 5 minutes with the hobgoblin as he waited to get the other hobgoblin. You made a deal with them. You actually had to navigate it initially. I'd say probably somewhere around an hour. Probably just past.
So as I'm picking up the sword, you start seeing a green, ashy Rodrick.
Ugly Rodrick.
Oh man.
Which
Yikes.
Oh
Rodrick,
man, this
you gonna make
makes
some
it
touch-ups?
so much harder.
I take the shackles off.
Just here and here.
This is not gonna work. Not with you looking like that. I'm dead meat. Second time we said that.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. My last bit of strength I used on you. What were you thinking?
At this point, did the guy go out there to the Coliseum already?
Yes. Yeah, he would be on.
I don't know. We just gotta get out of here. We just gotta get out of here.
The only one that can possibly convince them is Cleave. Since there is an assortment of goblins, hobgoblins, and orcs here. Cleave. Are you up to the are you a squirrel still?
No, I'm Cleave.
Okay.
You're a squirrel still.
Are you up
conversation.
to the task?
I'll have to be. But it can't just be me. Surely you still have all the makeups, right? Could you just touch it up?
Well,
Maybe even throw somebody else. I don't know.
unless
I'm gonna require a lot.
they
of
bathed
makeup.
you, you should still at least have some of your color from before.
Sure. No, I mean you. Look at you.
For me, I can try, but I'd have to take the dust off. The makeup doesn't adhere quite to dusty surfaces. But what I can do is inspire you. And I give him a bardic inspiration.
Let's go. What
for whatever kind of persuasion he's going to have to do forward.
in this. Yeah, true.
And
whoa, I'm gonna need the good one.
let me borrow that.
So I look around and I look at Nindal. And
He's
then I
just
look
in
at
Cleave's
Cleave.
pocket currently.
He's what?
He's in Cleave's pocket currently.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
He's chilling with the rest of you lot.
No,
He's
it's fine.
hanging out.
I just
Okay.
have my vest.
Regardless, I
Yeah.
look at him,
I-
and then I look at Cleave.
How long does that potion last?
You're asking that in character?
Yeah, how long's this
Well,
potion
no,
last?
I have no idea because I don't know that he
1
has somebody
hour.
in his pocket.
1 hour.
What was that?
1 hour. We've got 1 hour in this small form. Where'd the other little guy go? Old fella?
He's gone.
Not
I
seen
saw him
him for
leave.
some time.
Well, good for him, I guess.
Were these with you?
Yeah, sort of. This was our escape plan before you came along. You did great.
Yes.
Do we have,
I did, in fact.
do we have more potions? Because I am
So,
a large purple reptile, and I cannot hide through.
It's fine. We're supposed to be smuggling you out of the city.
Who?
I think large is worse in this situation, actually.
So I look at Cleave.
Is talking.
Alright, look at there he is.
He's kind of light wave.
My name is Nindal.
This
Is that
Nindal.
what we do? We just
This is-
collect things everywhere we go.
I'm not
Yeah.
a collection.
I'm just gonna
I'm.
nod my head.
We're the size of a small
We
trophy.
collect allies.
I suppose that's accurate for the time being.
For the time being, how long is this supposed to last?
Almost an hour from now.
When did you do this?
A few minutes ago.
Okay. Should be enough time to get out.
Did you say I should be smaller?
I think being extra large would be problematic.
It would
Do you
be
have
more
more- do you have
problematic, yes.
More potion.
I do have other potions still, not many left. And the materials aren't necessarily easy to come by.
Materials won't matter if you are dead.
You don't
I-
have to be disguised. We put you in the shackles. Put them back on, Calagon, for the love of God.
And with
They're
who
gonna
would
kill
follow us
me.
out?
They're gonna see me and they're gonna question you and
It's fine because he's taking us out.
And I say,
Listen,
Cleave.
I'll explain to you my plan. This is how I got in here. I got in here because I had this bag of gems that I found on goblins out at the explosion where we blew them up. This bag of gems I've been using to my advantage, claiming that I can harvest his scales to create gems, and I've been paying people off as I go.
so you're gonna
That's
use me
genius.
as bait and tell him you're gonna harvest my scales?
Well, I've been using you as bait for about an hour now, so I suggest we continue doing that.
I don't know. You had a better outfit on. What about the 3 guys back there? Are they coming with?
Well, the 3 guys back there are currently escorting. I'm gonna look
No,
over that
they're
way.
back.
They came back and they just stayed near their post from previous.
Okay, they're not where we are.
No.
Thank God.
No, we're
The distraction
Nindal's
is
going
not
to,
gonna take
to
long.
kind of jump back in.
We came in as prisoners. They will know us as prisoners.
Okay, well, you're small. You won't be seen. I guess you did come in as a prisoner, didn't you, Cleave?
And we
Ah,
are
you
the
ran
best
out.
bets here. The rest of you lot stand out quite a lot from the crowd.
Listen,
we
it might
can-
have been a great idea to get here. I don't know if it's a great idea getting out. Give me one of those potions. I don't want to be big.
Well, we can create a distraction to get out.
Oh no, we were out of the small ones.
Out of the small ones, yes.
Out of the small ones.
That's why I couldn't get the bird guy out.
Only have enlarging options.
Wait,
What if we take... How many do you have?
you're out of the small ones.
4 currently.
Do they work multiple? Make you even bigger and bigger?
Not
Is-
beyond the
Do you
first.
mean to get big enough to look like an actual dragon?
Yes, but I guess it won't work.
You will die so incredibly quick.
I feel like I'm going to die anyway. How are we going to get out of here? Sorry.
I don't
Well,
know
we do-
how accurate that is to a dragon if you don't have wings. Is that something that you have?
Wings?
Yes.
Well, you know, Does the dragon need wings? there were wingless dragons before there were winged dragons. That's what my mom told me.
Sure.
Gene Canito's gonna finally pipe back in, like,
Oh yeah, he's here.
yeah, you remember that thing where Orc guy was requesting a plan out of you lot? You didn't have one, did you? Wasn't really.
Well, this changed
part
the
of
plan.
this?
We were all supposed to get small.
Quick question: if you're not Cleave, who are you?
I forgot.
What do you mean?
That's right.
What is happening with you people?
If you're not Cleave,
But I already
Cleave
told
is
you
here.
this.
Cleave, where were you?
Run.
This whole
Not
time?
Cleave.
This is Gene Canito.
Oh, Gene,
You've done better than you even thought you did.
we've been looking for you.
I've heard that much, and it seems like you don't even know why.
Wow, so what you're saying is, if not for me, we wouldn't have found you or freed you, and everybody else would have died.
At least before
fighting
I was
pits.
captive. Now, if I had to guess,
Huh.
instant death on sight.
Oh, that's cool. I'll take a thank you. Whenever you're ready.
Might
We
be
don't
ready
know if-
later.
we don't know if we're gonna take him back yet. By the way.
Take him back. We've been looking for him everywhere.
We'll talk about this once we finally get out. How about that? Okay.
I'll take him back.
How does the crowd sound? Can we
I'm
hear
gonna go
anything?
Yeah,
Still
and drop all
fairly
the good
hushed.
berries that have been in my mouth.
Still just a hushed arena for 5 minutes, whatever, while we're talking.
I'm gonna look around the room, and I'm gonna
Put those in my
start
pocket.
looking at like wooden scraps of like chairs and
probably would've done that
tables
earlier.
and whatnot, and I'm just gonna start breaking things, right? And I'm just breaking the legs off chairs, breaking the legs off the
Okay.
tables, and
Ranger
all of
room?
that.
Sure.
Just like destroying it.
Oh my god.
Cool. Yeah,
And
easy enough.
I look around at the pieces, and I carry about 4 of them. And you see, as I pick them up, they start forming together. And I hand a staff to Calagon. At least you have
do that?
something.
Probably not. What are you using to do this?
Mending.
That's what I figured. So that repairs something
Does
specifically?
it? Oh, only
Yeah.
repair? I can't just...
That does repair something. So it's
Blend
not just gonna
something?
like conjoin any two things.
It's not
unfortunately.
called blending.
So yeah, it just fixes things up to like an inch of
that
what was torn.
sucks.
It's fine. I mean, just give him a chair like that now. Looks like you didn't break it in half.
You could give him a club using the legs. Won't
Here's
be
a little
as
club.
splintery.
I like the antler better. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I tried.
This is a good try.
So,
Well, why don't we just do this simpler? We could just why don't we just grab this like rug on the ground, and we'll all carry it, blocking our bodies, and you use the same voice you were using before, and just say, "Yeah, that's right, carry it out." And they won't see us when we get out. Then I pretend to be the guy in charge.
It's just like, you think that it's not completely obvious just walking around with a giant rug?
All we have to
surrounding
do is get
everyone?
past the 3 mindless guys over there.
What are we walking into? What did you have to get past to get here?
well, we don't have to pass the 3 mindless guys. They're in that room. I came in from this other side, so they're not a problem.
No, what's
Ah, then we'll be
outside?
fine.
What did you have to walk past to get here? Is
Um,
there?
It was quite a bustling city of goblins,
I'm dead.
orcs, merchants of some kind.
Well, what about the sled? Where did they leave that?
I did not notice that. I was too busy trying to save the lot of you. But
Guys, we have to move.
okay,
I'm gonna start
we-
working on my
have
speak with
to
animal
go.
situation
Is there
again.
any way that we can cause a distraction? Giant dragon will
I
work.
thought that's what they were out there for, and there's no noise coming from
Yeah,
that
well,
arena.
it seems like he died very quickly.
To who? They're supposed to fight other people. You just sent
I have
him and
no
his bird
idea.
out there.
What? Did you look out there? Did you see what's waiting out there?
I did when Cleave ran out there to save this guy, Nandal.
No.
Yes, Calagon. It is so scary out there.
That's a fine point.
It's terrifying.
We should probably get a move on quickly.
Lindol, do you know the way?
This is not my
we Wi-Fi
Desired
out.
location.
Okay, we have eyes on the outside. We have wings on the outside. Calagon,
We have wings on
can
the
you
outside.
can you communicate with Barry telepathically?
Not from far away. It hasn't worked. I could try, but the only time I ever see and can talk to him is when he comes close.
Can you feel him now?
Barry? You there, buddy?
Nothing of any.
No!
immediate
I can't!
Well, I hope he's still alive.
You know, it's a new thing.
I'm gonna sit down.
But
Just right where I'm at.
This
sitting
day,
down.
when I woke up and I did my meditations, I found that there were more abilities within my reach. You may have noticed, I was a squirrel.
I did. No,
That was me.
That was you.
I was a squirrel. It was me. I think. And I hope I'm not wrong here.
Did find it odd. There's no trees in the desert.
Why a squirrel?
It's just the good climbing. I needed it. But I think another thing I could need that would fit in better. I might be able to be something that could pull those sleds.
You could be something that could pull those sleds.
I might be able to be the things we saw pulling the sleds. If not,
A dire
actually
wolf.
speak to one. I might be able to. I think I can.
Can you become an elephant?
I feel I can. I don't know. That feels like a tough one. Maybe the next time I see one, we can get some measurements or something. But I don't think so.
The other option would be to set this whole place ablaze and make a run for it.
That's it. That is our thing.
It's worked. It's worked twice. now.
That's worked many times at this point.
It's bound to work again.
We don't want to lose our name.
The destroyers. The destroyers.
They do use a lot of stone, though. Not as flammable.
That is
A lot
true.
of hay.
Yes.
There's a lot of hay.
Okay, well, we need to get a move on because time is only going to run
Alright,
out.
so why don't we just start sneaking out? Calagon, you light a fire over there.
Cleave, what
And
is
we just leave.
what is the biggest animal you can turn into? Do you know?
Top of my head, probably that, or maybe like a, I don't know, something swampy, maybe like a Komodo dragon or something. I don't know.
A Komodo dragon.
Probably a direwolf's bigger.
So what if
A horse. That could be a big horse.
what if you could be a big horse and then take the potion from Nindal, and then we all climb on your back and just make a run for it?
Oh.
We could, but we'd be in the middle
I'm
of the
sitting
city. That's
down
the other
staring
problem.
at the entryway to the stadium, just waiting.
I say
I'm
if we
gonna
get
prepare an
chased,
action.
we move to that. That's a good backup.
How large?
Nindal,
How large will the potion make
You
him?
make me big
Nindal?
if we get chased.
If you're not smaller already, the size of a giant.
Huh.
How,
We
how,
could just walk right out of here.
how large is a giant?
You'd be a fool to think so. An entire city of creatures?
But how large is a giant?
Imagine being buried neck deep in a pile of red ants.
All right, guys. I think I thought of something. Last thought from me. What about if we give now hear me out, the giant potions to these guys, the half giants, and we send them out to cause havoc as we sneak away.
I'm not so sure I can convince him with this look anymore.
I don't know if you'll have to convince them. If all these hobgoblins see a giant walking around, 3 of them, I think that might cause a lot of attention. You could possibly get away.
But the issue is, how do we get them to leave their posts when I'm no longer a goblin?
What
Oh.
if you hid behind my shield?
You don't have command
Maybe your
over
voice
them.
alone.
Wait, if you don't have command over them, then who does?
Likely none of us at this
Nobody.
point.
So what are they doing right now?
Just
Who
waiting.
knows?
They're just
lost.
zombies staring at us?
Waiting.
They're just kind of waiting around in the other room.
They've been long gone. They checked out some time ago.
I'm gonna sit back down and stare at the entryway to the arena.
I reckon stealth is our best bet at this point. We just got to sneak out of here.
Anything that can fly?
That can fly?
Can you turn into anything that can fly?
No. That
No?
guy's got a hawk. But then we'd have to get back past the 3 half giants.
Bad news, guys. They seem to have caught on.
Yeah.
Who's they?
They, as in, bunch of angry-looking hobgoblins coming from the north.
What?
Then we better just go.
Make a run for it.
Yeah, we start moving.
A run where?
Wait, what's the north? I don't
Where,
know.
where are we planning
We'll
on
make
going?
a run down
The
the
other.
Rodrick came from the south.
the southern corridor.
Oh, okay.
Let's go through the southern corridor.
Yeah.
You guys just take it on out?
Yeah, we just get out of here. We've been overthinking it.
After
All we
all
have to do
that.
is leave. That was my plan all along. Just leave.
Okay. Yeah, easy
I have a whole
enough.
brother that was named after that concept.
This guy. Having passed around a few different areas,
Leave Sturwin.
you guys find yourselves immediately now just kind of blinded by light in part as everything comes full view, and you can
actually feel like I
see
got that
just kind of
impression from looking at the
walking about mobs of goblins and hobgoblins in every which direction.
Where are we? Hobgoblins.
Just walking around as now kind of stone pressing into the desert sands. You can see where there's kind of wind blowing with sands just kind of kicked up all around you. And looking forward, all of you guys make a perception check for me.
Oh boy. I never roll well on these.
I give you my
Well,
good
you want me
dice.
to? I can. Oh,
17.
you're right. You did give me the good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wow.
17.
17.
I don't need perception.
Now I'm rolling horrible. 6.
Okay.
And he didn't even use my good dice.
I didn't use the. I didn't forgot it was there. I'm putting that in there. There we go.
It's hard for you guys to say any immediate reactions that seem to come out of you guys re-exiting. But Calagon and Arlyn, immediately, you do notice that a few glances seem to skim by you guys as a party, and then immediately start to kind of like trail away still. And you can tell that there are 2 hobgoblins up on a wooden bridge that kind of have a split focus now, as you can see them looking between you lot and the skies repeatedly. Behind them, you can see now where goblins are starting to take up arms, not with the swords, daggers, and maces that you've seen previously, but rather you see them loading up crossbows. And you can see where there even seem to be kind of a pairing on ballistas, just kind of loading up, just kind of locking back these massive strings as though to fire on something coming down on them.
Where are we?
You guys are at the very, very
It must be
top.
the dragon,
The very top.
Very good.
but I wouldn't know that.
And to leave, we need to go all the way to the bottom.
I meant to say that in Manny's voice.
Okay. And the hobgoblin, you said they're looking at a hobgoblin on one of the bridges between us and the...
Let me reveal those guys here real quick. There you
Yeah, keep it
go.
moving.
Those are the ones you can see.
Is it
So
about...
I'm like completely covered. I have my scarf like over here. I have pelts and stuff like all over my head, like a hood. Like
Yeah.
I'm completely covered. I don't look blue anymore.
I'm still a purple dragon.
When we look
You're
to
I'm,
the,
I'm
still-
lightly kicking you around.
when
though,
we
as
look to
leave.
the
That was
sky,
whole
what do we
deal.
see?
For a moment, nothing, as the blinding sun seems to be just kind of fully setting in, and kind of squinting your eyes for a moment, you can now see encircling way, way above the small flapping figure of some sort of draconic creature.
Small? How small?
Hard to say given the potential distance, but definitely looks like an ant from here,
Like the size of Barry, kind of, maybe?
potentially.
Could be
possible.
Barry, could be not.
Do I... If I try to tap into seeing where Barry is or anything, do I get anything?
Make an Arcana check.
I've been waiting for that one.
Go.
23.
As you see these hobgoblins now kind of motioning off one to the next, noting that the rest of the entire encampment seems to be on high alert. You see as the hobgoblin to the right kind of nudges the one on his left, motioning down to you guys. He starts walking his way down there. And Calagon, you get to see this exact same thing, but from a different angle. As now flying from above, you now get the visual of Barry watching down, keeping reconnaissance as he starts to note in your favor that these hobgoblins are moving your way.
I'm gonna tell him to, Barry, make a distraction. Cause a fire on the other side, so we can. I'm gonna say this all in my head, so we can move the other way. So I'm gonna ask him pretty much to blow a thing of fire or something to catch something on fire, so that distracts them, and hopefully we can go the opposite way.
Okay. Yikes. You know what? Give a persuasion check to determine the efficacy here.
Uh, 15.
15. Cool. You can sense now the fear that's been welling up in Barry as he's had to just kind of look on, watching you guys get dragged away, following now for days on end, and waiting around for your reappearance. And in this moment of fear, being told now to create a distraction, Barry, knowing full well, with a surprisingly great intelligence for this small, adorable little creature that he is, that he can't do much other than to draw their attention as what appears to be a dragon. And so Barry comes down and swooping in as close as he can manage. You watch as he just starts letting off bolts of energy at the top of this this kind of almost tent-like structure, where these hobgoblins both now immediately just reach behind them, and you can see as now they start pulling, one with daggers and the other one pulls a bow from his back.
Can I tell if they're gonna, if Barry's gonna be able to get away or not, or no? I don't have.
Very hard to say. As these hobgoblins now start taking aim, you see as now Barry, within range of a lot of these figures, clearly and intentionally drawing fire now for you as he starts to climb and fly his way directly overhead across the city, drawing the attention, using his dragon form to have this entire goblin city now screaming and shouting and growling as they all now take aim, and as arrows start to all get just strung and scattered through the skies. You watch as a good maybe 30 arrows, some bolts much larger than the others, start to fly up into the sky.
I'm gonna say, go up, go up, go up.
Do it. Let him have it. Let him have it.
Straight
Please.
up.
Please, Dave.
And that's where we're gonna pick up next week.
Man, I was gonna try to do something, but it's once you said 30 arrows, I'm like, yeah,
I will
there's
say,
nothing.
from a meta standpoint, it would Barry get big enough if he drinks the giant potion to have us fly away?
You've not
The
seen
size-
anyone drink the giant potion thus far.
He did say the size of a giant. Barry, come back.
So, we'll see how that goes.
The only thing
in
is that
about
I don't know if you would
1
survive.
week from
Yeah, I
today.
know.
Are we about to Harry Potter this thing?
They were getting
Take a
real
dragon out.
cliffhangers
Yeah.
This has clearly been a very sticky situation you guys have gotten yourselves into, and there have been quite a few casualties thus far. But unfortunately, you guys seem to
Calagon's
think that your
staff.
party is invulnerable to harm and death. We'll find out whether that's the case next week. We love you guys. God bless you. See you next time.
See you guys.
Hey guys, let's speak for a moment about what it means to be a messenger of God. Now, we've all heard things about, say, the Great Commission, where Jesus tells everyone to go out and preach the gospel, right? But oftentimes people don't realize that what it means to be an angel
isn't always just to be one of God's holy angels, as we think of, but the word angel actually just means messenger. Now, obviously, we're called to be these messengers, and in times throughout Scripture, we actually see, such as the case with John the Baptist, that some people are referred to as angels, at least especially in prophetic words and different things of that nature. Now, within the campaign that we're playing in, you'll see that the four horsemen, if you will, were called to do something good, to spread love throughout the nations, and to fight corruption. That's no different for us, guys. The true corruption we see in the world is eating away at the lives of those we love, and it is our job just to love on people. That's our goal here at Divine Inspiration. The gospel message is really one simply of God telling us, hey, I love you and I don't want to be apart from you. And so that's what we're here to do. Regardless of the space, regardless of anything else, we're here just to love on people. And of course, that's something that I'm always going to touch on, because it really is the heart of everything that we do here. So I'm sure some noticed, some may not have, but throughout our campaign, we actually avoid references to any sort of we'll say gods, apart from being able to say, like, yeah, they were worshipped as gods, but we don't claim anything having any level of godhood apart from God himself. We try not to touch on angels in hopes of not stepping on any toes and insulting God's holy angels. We try not to mention any demons or things of that like, because we don't want to give power where there really is none. Instead, we try to acknowledge the hardships of life and the blessings that come along with them. And so, as many of you guys may have already seen, when Arlyn prayed, he waited after a time before speaking when Arrendor, the dragon, spoke and said, I'm not the one you're looking to hear from, but I can still help you. Because while I may have granted you my power, I was granted my power from elsewhere. And so we always try to acknowledge that we are simply messengers. We are middlemen. And while it may not always seem like you can make all the change in the world, you never know when a simple conversation could change somebody's life. So guys, be bold, love, and as always, we love you. That has been this week's Divine Inspiration. See ya.